shit. Here we go again. Part 2.
What's going on, y'all?
You already know what time it is. Hey, we got to give a double dose of the Takeoff Podcast. You already know who I be.
I'm Stubbs. How y'all doing?
You got Stubbs over there with the fried food over there. What you got over there,
I
man?
need to know what I'm eating. I'm eating good.
Yeah, you eating too good.
I'm eating potatoes and onions.
And right here, I got the veggie omelet on deck. And guess who else we got in the house today? Who we got?
We got the one, the only, the author of 3 legendary books speaking on the city.
And also a big contributor to the Takeoff Podcast.
A big
Come on,
contributor
now.
to the Takeoff Podcast.
Come on, man. He's the one that, hey, come on. Man, let's just talk about him. Mr. Kenneth Holyfield.
Hello, what up, bro? What's good, everybody?
We got a few topics. Anything you want to start off with, or any of y'all want to start off with before we dive deep?
Y'all go ahead. I'm about to eat.
What's going on, man? What's good with you, man?
Everything good, man. It's just good to be back down here with y'all fellas, man.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yes.
We know a lot has changed since the last time you've been over here, man. And we got to talk about it.
Man, there's so much been going on. Like, man, I'm talking about some major stuff been going on. But, man, we got to speak up on that Larry Hoover situation.
Let's talk about it.
Man,
What you think about it?
I feel like, man, that was a win. That was a big win. Just for anybody, like a lot of people looking at it like, man, why did they let a person like that, you know what I'm saying, get out? Like, first of all, he wasn't released. He just got a clemency. And also he still got another estate case that where he's facing 200 years for. But I feel like, man, like, you know what I'm saying, before we say free him, let's just get him to, you know, another step. You know what I'm saying? Like, first he was in federal. He was locked down 24 hours a day for over close to almost 30 years. People don't understand how mentally challenging just being locked up regular is. Like, the only person he could talk to was the CO.
When they bring him food, or
When they bring him food, that's it.
That's it.
That's it, bro. So for
So
him,
he don't know Facebook. It's so much he doesn't know.
no, he got the TV. Only thing he can see is the TV.
And for 50 years?
But man, I'm talking about he been locked up for 50 years, and he was in that 24-hour confinement for close to 30 years.
Now, what exactly is clemency for the people?
Clemency is basically like a pardon is when they release you in all your charges. I'm talking about you have no charges, no nothing. That's a pardon. And, you know, clemency it's just a little different. But like I say, he got released to now they're waiting for the state to pick him up. Now with the state, he got over 200 years with the state. So it was just basically like, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do something for it. Like, basically, we're not gonna let him out, but we're gonna give him some type of freedom.
And why do you think that is? Just go ahead and let the man out. It's already been 50 years.
Man, it's so crazy. Like, it was just, I appreciate what Trump did. That part. Man, that guy was, I'm talking about in confinement for almost 30 years by himself.
Now, do you know his original charges, why he got behind bars?
His original charges was, man, it was murder. It was all type of serious charges.
Okay.
It was all type of serious charges.
Now, let me also ask you this. When it comes to that type of situation, why would you think they'll put him in solitary for so damn long like that?
The reason why, because that man has a lot of power. He has a lot of power. You know what I'm saying? They knew any facility he'd go to, he would be the biggest person on the yard. Not the biggest, but he'd be more. He has so much influence. He have a lot of power. You got to realize GD's is outside of Crips the biggest black gang in the United States. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? That guy got a lot of power. Like, I understood, like, before I got incarcerated, I never knew how. You always heard his name, but when you get locked up, you know what I'm saying, you're around all the gangs, you start understanding their literature and everything. Like, when his birthday would come up, man, I'm talking about, I remember when I first got to prison and his birthday came around. You won't believe it, bro. You would think, I'm talking about people celebrating Christmas. Like, the whole unit, GDs from every unit, they all cooking up that day. They all making food for each other. They all doing everything. And they all coming out, you know what I'm saying, sharing food with each other and everything. They all come out, everything, dog. I had never seen nothing like that.
So Larry Hoover's birthday was like a holiday.
It is a holiday in prison. I'm talking about across, you know, GDs is big on the Midwest. That's a Midwest gang towards the East Coast. Man, I'm talking about, and you know what I'm saying, it's everywhere, you know what I'm saying, but it's primarily, you know, since we close to Chicago, right next to Chicago.
Right.
Of course, it's going to be big Chicago, you know, Indiana, Cleveland, and places that's closer to Chicago.
So now that his sentence has been commuted, is he available now for parole?
I'm pretty, yeah, he could see the parole and everything because now he had a state case.
Okay.
But the thing about it now he got to be able to fight that case. Like, man, the state ain't no joke. Like, they're gonna make sure it's gonna be hard for him. But now he get a chance to be around regular population. But he's not even gonna be around regular population then.
Why is
because
that?
he's too big. Think about it, they gonna send him to the birthplace where he's from, the state he's from. Because he gotta go back to.
So he got to go back to Illinois.
So why do you think people are upset that his sentence got commuted? If he's still gonna be behind bars, why are people so mad?
Because people don't understand it. They just thought that he was being released from prison. Like, no, he didn't get released. They just took away the federal charges. And now he still got to do state charges. Oh. But like I say, bro, that dude is 72 years old. Allow that man to go home. Allow him to go home. He paid his debt to society.
Do he still have a home? Will he still be able to reach out to people once he get out? Do you remember the end of the movie Not Training Day?
American Gangster.
American Gangster. Yeah. When once he walked outside, he just looked right and looked left.
But
that's the end of the movie.
Them people on two different levels. I'm talking about, that's like comparing apples and oranges. Frank Lucas is nowhere in the same breath as Larry Hoover. Nowhere. They're not even close.
Now I want to know why you think Trump did that.
Trump did that. The reason why Trump did that, first of all, we have a lady, her name is Alice Johnson. Alice Johnson, he released Alice Johnson on his first presidency. He pardoned her. Now, everybody know the story about Alice Johnson. Alice Johnson was a woman. They sentenced her to I think life. And they gave her a life sentence for having drugs, for getting caught with drugs. She had never had no prior case or nothing to that. So Trump ended up, this how it was, Kim Kardashian ended up bringing her case to Trump attention. Trump seen the case, seen all the injustice about it. He ended up giving her a pardon. She came home.
Now let me ask you this.
Wait a second before we go that.
No, go ahead.
Now he made sure she's the number one person that's over all his pardons and his clemencies. He have her working. That's why all these people are getting released. I talked about this the other day. We have Michael Harris, which is Harry O. He got released in the Trump pardon. Lil Wayne, Kodak Black.
NBA
Youngboy. Man, just it's us, man. A ton of people like them. Just the names of people in hip hop. But man, I'm talking about. It's so many people that he have released as African Americans that people don't know about. But you know what I'm saying. This is stuff that we don't speak upon.
I feel like anybody, especially with just a marijuana charge, release them. Especially now you got stores that can sell it. It don't make no sense. Y'all still got people behind bars for it,
bro. But
at least reduce their sentence.
It's so crazy because the people that don't care about it, people only care about it when it affect them. Mm-hmm. When it's their cousin locked up. Mm-hmm. If it ain't somebody they know personally, they care less about it. Yeah. But then, like I said, like your whole opinion will start changing if your people locked up and he get them out.
Now, are you familiar with Angela Stanton King?
No, I'm not.
Oh, Angela Stanton King, she worked with the Trump campaign during his first run. Now, same story with her. She was arrested. And she not only was arrested, but she gave birth while she was in handcuffs. Okay. She helped change a lot of. She went to Trump and helped change a lot of legislation for women who's pregnant while in the penal system.
Okay.
Her talking points is very similar to what you just said because same thing. He released a lot of people of color based off having people that who've been there been unjust by the justice system.
Yeah, and it's so crazy. I'm glad you said that. Like people don't know the best. Like the best ties are political ties. People get on people's neck when they seen them taking pictures with Trump. Like they was mad at Pease, they was mad at Vezo, not knowing like they just wanted to hear the guy out. They was mad. Anybody that's cool with him, they mad.
You remember
Snoop Dogg,
everybody, all these people.
You remember Ice Cube with his first term? They was mad at him for.
They was mad, but people don't realize like he got people that's in his ear that's on the ground. Mm-hmm. These are the type of people that you won't being able to talk to him. I'm talking about you can say what you want about Kim Kardashian, but Kim Kardashian doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
That's what I've been hearing.
I'm talking about a lot of stuff. Kim Kardashian went studying to be a lawyer.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes. And just like, even with that, how Kim Kardashian ended up getting cool? Because Kanye West.
Like, and her father was a lawyer.
Yes.
Robert Shapiro.
So everything is trickling down. Like, you don't know what somebody's doing, what the reason what they're doing it for. So that's why I don't never get on nobody be like, oh, we're going to try to counsel you just because you're talking to him. You don't know what agenda somebody's trying to bring to him. Mm-hmm. It could be an agenda that could be helping you, helping your community.
Could we go back to this topic when it comes to Trump? Now, there are new arguments about Trump, especially when it comes to that plane and other stuff. But it's been people on the other side who did more dirt than he did. Why do you think Trump gets so much hate even if he sneezes wrong?
Man, I just look at it now, man. We done made this hot topics. Like, that's why I don't watch news. I don't watch Fox News, or I watch CNN, because one too far left, one too far right. I get my news from C-SPAN and MSNBC. Like, people be getting news that don't even be accurate.
That's true.
Yes.
And just taking it around with it. Like,
Because I remember when Trump first got elected.
each show is pushing an agenda.
Yeah.
People don't realize the CNN viewership was at an all-time high when Trump first term in office. Was at an all-time high, CNN. Mm-hmm. And then when Biden came in office, it plummeted. So it just be stuff, like I say, that a lot of people go off talking points and they don't go off facts. Like, one thing, when we all kick it down here, our whole thing is, man, is, you know what I'm saying, it's facts over everything, over opinions. We gonna always go off facts.
Now, you interested in meeting Trump one day?
Yeah, I would love to talk to him. I would love to talk to any political leaders, because there's so much stuff I want to talk to him about. Also, you know what I'm saying, we can't forget this, like how Trump let out Kwame Kilpatrick.
Yep, Kwame Kilpatrick.
And it was so crazy, Obama could have did it and refused to do it.
And I always want to know to this day, why did he not do that?
And it was so crazy. Like, in 2004, at the Democratic conventions, the two keynote speakers was Obama and Kwame. They was the two. Kwame was set up after Obama to run. If Obama would have ran for when he ran for 2 terms, that Kwame would have been the next guy following him for presidency. Mm-hmm. That's how they was pushing it like that. So when Kwame got in trouble and everything, I'm like, why you didn't push to get him out? But that's neither. We could go way deeper with that, but that's neither here or there. But like I say, even, and you know, also the other third guy, who was a Democratic guy that was real big at the time, he ended up in jail too. Ralph Nagan from New Orleans.
During Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, during Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
Those were the 3 biggest Democrats, the younger Democrats, that they was all pushing forward to. And all of them was at the 2004 Democratic Convention. And 2 of them ended up going to jail.
I forgot. What did Ray Nagin go to jail for?
He went to jail for FEMA money.
Okay.
They said he was holding out on, he was funneling FEMA money from New Orleans.
We had a guy here recently who was funneling some money for like 25 or 45 million.
Man,
he just went to jail for it.
Bro, look what Brett Favre did.
Yeah,
Same thing.
Yeah,
same thing. And Brett Favre just chilling. They just gave him a fine.
Mm-hmm. And he stole millions of dollars.
Yeah, stole millions of dollars.
The guy, the black guy here, something about a yacht club or something out here in Detroit dealing with the water. He just got like 45 million.
Like with me, man, like I say, I'm not pro left and not pro right. But man, my whole thing is I just speak the real. I speak what I want to say. Like, you can't tell me how to think. Like, if I choose, if I see something wrong on Trump end, I'm going to say something. If I see something wrong on somebody else end.
Now, I also wanted to know, was there ever a time you were heavily Democrat or heavily Republican?
No, I never been.
Never
always been independent, because I'm an independent thinker. You can't sway me no way, because like I say, I'm not just going to see the front line. I'm going to sit there and study it. I'm going to go deeper than what basically people go, because I also realize we know everything put in newspaper and news is not real. I can tell you firsthand that, man, I've been locked up with guys. I'm talking about me, myself, and everybody else, who I asked them, like, man, did that happen? They'd be like, no, hell no, that never happened. So my way of looking at the news is totally different from a civilian looking at the news.
So let me also ask you this. When we talk about, back to Larry Hoover, do you think, I don't know if you want to get into this part, but do you think he was just railroaded in the system just like a lot of other brothers?
Yes, I do. 100%.
You care to share?
The reason why I say that, because, like, whoever it was, man, you have prosecutors, everything. This is a big case for whoever.
Right.
Whoever prosecuted this guy, I'm talking about their whole life is changed. Whoever prosecuted, I'm talking about whatever attorneys, I'm talking about whoever that played the smallest part. Man, I'm talking about, you know what type of notch that is on their belt?
Man, what?
So just to say, like, man, that guy been gone for 50 years. He had paid his debt to society. You know how much of an asset he could be for Chicago, bro, if he came home? And the agenda he pushing. This dude is 72 years old, bro. He done denounced all the other stuff. He have said like, man, the work that he could do could change Chicago. The work that he could do. That's how powerful this guy is. He could have a meeting where he could have a meeting of all bosses, bring everybody together.
Like the same thing with Stanley Tookie Williams. They would have let him go.
Yeah, wouldn't let him go at all.
Wouldn't let him go. Arnold Schwarzenegger said nope.
Nah. And he don't, man, I'm talking about the violence could be reduced. I'm talking about from the matter of this guy talking.
I thought at one time they had a truce orchestrated by him,
By who?
by Larry Hoover.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, I like I said, I don't know for sure, but hopefully the state, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
will overlook all that, and let him come home.
Yeah, because man, he's an asset to the community because the agenda that he'll be pushing, man, I'm talking about immediately. Like a person, see, a citizen don't understand how much power you have. If you're anywhere, and I'm talking about in the streets or been incarcerated and everything, and once you see it, man, I'm talking about, bro, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I'm talking about, I would see that stuff and was like, man, I'm talking about this guy's birthday. When his birthday comes around, everything stops. All them G's, man, I'm talking about, it's people popping up, you didn't even know that was banging. Didn't even know that was gang banging. I'm like, damn, you a GD too? Like all of them come together. Like, man, I'm talking about all in Michigan, the biggest gangs is Bloods and GDs. That's the biggest two gangs in Michigan.
I never would have knew.
Now,
Yeah.
do the Bloods and all these other gangs that are incarcerated? Do they have a holiday? Or is it only the GDs really got celebrate they found their
you know what I'm saying? With Bloods, it's so different because there's so many different people that's
founded it?
Yeah, founded it. So it's a little different, but
Larry Hoover, he's undeniable.
yeah, him and
Tookie.
the David guy. That's the GD. They celebrate his birthday also.
Wasn't that King David?
Yeah, King David.
King David, yeah.
They celebrate his birthday too. Excuse me, King David. They celebrate his birthday also. It's real big. So them was the biggest things. And then of course, you know what I'm saying, you have the honorable Elijah Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? They celebrate his birthday in there. That's Saviors. They celebrate the Saviors Day real big. Nation of Islam. A couple more people also.
You know, I never even thought before this conversation about holidays that occur inside the system. It never even was a factor to me.
Yeah, I'm talking about every microwave is filled up. The night before Larry Hoover's birthday, I'm talking about everybody is cooking up. Everybody cooking up. I'm talking about you be like, dude, it be people that pop up that you wouldn't even know that was even gang banging. So, yeah, me personally, I seen personally like he could definitely be an asset to the community just talking.
I would think so, especially
Like-
the knowledge and wisdom he got.
Like he got, man, I'm talking about a guy been locked up for 50 years, bro. I'm talking about for him not to be crazy and still got in the right state of mind, bros. He is intelligent on a level that we couldn't even imagine, bro. Because all he do is read in there.
So has anybody spoken to him?
I don't think nobody has spoke to him probably since the 90s.
That's what I'm saying. I just want
The last time I even heard his voice was on the Ghetto Boys album. And that was in 96.
I would just want for somebody to, be able to speak to him, make sure
He can't have no contact, bro. He was like, they had him in Colorado under the ground. Like that's where they had him classified as being the worst of the worst.
That you know what? That's crazy to me because that's the same jail that they got those two brothers.
They got
yeah.
that's when the Unabomber was at and everybody else.
Yeah. So you mean to tell me you think this man is so damn dangerous?
But how they viewed it, bro. They understood how much the power he got.
And we talked off the air too. They let him go, but they got Felice Johnson out here doing his thing.
Bro, that is the craziest thing.
How is that? How?
Bro, let me tell you, this is how I knew the internet was wild, bro. When they made a sexual predator, I'm talking about famous.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this dude, they done made a guy that's a sexual predator famous, bro.
Well, I don't know why he originally got locked up if it was for, but I know who he became when he was behind bars.
Like,
or maybe he was always that. But.
It's, bro, like, that is wild. Like I said, I wouldn't wish prison on nobody. I'd rather wish somebody to the firing squad before I wish prison on them.
But we kind of can't blame the internet, though.
Bro.
Because you got to remember it.
No, couldn't hear you.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, because you got to remember that the Boondocks years ago,
yeah,
they had him on there. And before the Boondocks, they got it from some type of documentary or something.
NBC, MSNBC.
And so
They
Blame the internet, but it's also MSNBC.
Yeah, because but they was just doing a regular interview. The stuff that he was saying was so crazy. It just it took legs. Yeah, like
I came looking for booty.
like dog, like bro, this is no exaggeration. That was the first like viral moment I had ever seen. That was I'm talking about. I seen that in 2008. That was the first viral moment I think. The two viral moments I can always remember was Boosie when he was counting money. If you see a 20 here, I'm pussy.
I remember
in that. Then was the first two viral moments I can always remember, bro.
Now moments like that with Fleece Johnson interview, that put fear in a lot of people from ever wanting to go into the system because they assume that happens to any and everybody in there. But I know it's real men in there that ain't with that shit.
Man, heck no, bro. And I'm talking about it's you know what I'm saying. If you ain't into that stuff ain't gonna be around you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so crazy. I got a crazy story. I have a real crazy story about this. So when I first came to prison or whatever, you know, we was at a disciplinary prison. So at this disciplinary prison, they had a unit for people that had certain type of cases, not certain type of cases, but caught certain type of charges in prison.
SA charges?
Those type of charges, okay. Squeezing, you know, extortion charges. So, and they are like in Michigan, you can get a P in your file. If a person have a P in their file, that's what it means. Like a person with a P in their file, they can only get stored at a certain amount a year, all type of stuff. So they had their own floor. That was the first floor. We was on the third floor. So we would have to walk past their floor to get up to our floor. So all the notorious people that's in Michigan, we would see these people on the daily. See them on the daily. All the names we heard about when we was in the streets, we would see them every day over there. But at this time, these guys done got older. So I never get this. So when I came down, it was everybody in our unit was all young. Our whole unit was young. I came down, I was 25. Our demographic for our unit was probably from 25 to 40. Wild in the mug, everybody young. We got a couple of dudes in there, 18, 19. So, you know what I'm saying? It's guys in there from everywhere. Detroit, Saginaw, Flint, Pontiac. Those, that I-75, like I say, run the joint, I-75. So, we in there. So, this young guy come in. So, he walking down the hallway. They like, bro, where you from? The moment he talk, we know he ain't from no place where we from. He sounded country. So, he moving kind of skittish because he know that he's not from our state. So, you know, anybody know, like majority of the time, if you go into a prison and you ain't from that state, off the gate, you a target. So, he moving by himself. Now, mind you, I told you, everybody in our unit is young guys. So, dude walking by himself. So, we get this old guy come to our unit. We knew, I'm talking about, you could look and tell what he was on. So we walk in the child one day, we noticed the old guy walking with the young dude. So everybody eyes up. We sit there watching like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He don't want to say nothing to nobody. Let's see how this shit turned out. So we sitting there, they walking back and forth, back and forth. So one of the guys stopped and tell him, they like, dude, you walking with this old freaky nigga, man. Like, you know, dude coming from the streets. He green as Credible Hawk. He don't know what's going on. He green as a turtle. So we like, okay. They walking back and forth, back and forth. Dude tell me, he say, bro, move, pay attention. Cool. So I guess one day him and the guy was walking to a child and the dude said something to him. So the young guy swing on him, sock him in the eye. Bro, we sit there, now we behind, we watching this, right? We like, what? Like we sit there, we knew it was coming eventually because we could tell like, bro, dude was a predator. We sitting there, we know how dude move around. So dude come back, you know, we in real level 4 at this time. So the young guy walked down the hallway, he said, yeah, that nigga tried it. It definitely wasn't going down like that. So everybody like, everybody, you know what I'm saying, we in level 4, everybody like, hell yeah, such and such, such and such. Man, the old guy walked down the hallway, right? He got his skull cap leaning, his whole eye, man, I'm talking about as big as a basketball. So what he do? He walked down. He told the CO to open up his cell, grabbed his foot locker, walked up and locked up. Like in level 4, people lock up all day. Like that lock up. They was like the CO. everybody like, yeah, we got another one that tapped out. Another one tapped out. And I'll never forget that. But
By tapped out, he left.
yeah, left.
To another.
When you lock up, that means you go up to the front and say you don't want to be in this unit no more.
Oh,
That means that you're scared. You could be either scared, somebody could be squeezing you, somebody could be doing anything to you.
but your name will circulate around the whole facility.
You locked up. That is the worst. So you know what I'm saying. So he locked up and we didn't see him no more. But from there, you know what I'm saying, the young guy started being around more younger people, like which he should have never been walking around with nobody that was like that. But he coming from the streets, he not seeing what we see because we already have been locked up for some years. So we can point out stuff somebody that can't point out.
Sheesh.
Now beyond that, did that young guy have any other issues in there?
Nah,
Okay.
because he started gangbanging from there.
Man.
Yeah, he didn't have no more issues after that. They told him, man, they in the joint, they be like, we about to bring you home. So he started gangbanging after that.
About how long would you say he was in there for?
Oh, dude was in there he's still in there right now.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
must have
so,
did
and
something.
He said level
He
4, right?
wasn't even from here.
no, he wasn't from here. So
Damn.
nigga, this happened back in like 2011. So he's still in there right now.
Damn.
Well,
But like I say, he did what he's supposed to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dude and the old freaky dude knew that guy wasn't from there. Cause you know what I'm saying, he was sitting there, he was figuring like, oh, dude moving in here by himself. So, you know what I'm saying?
it's crazy as hell. Like going back to Felice Johnson for a minute. Somebody like that get on a TV documentary that made famous by a cartoon, and as soon as he get out, would you say he giving away clothes?
Oh, I just seen Fleece giving food to the homeless, man. I say, dog.
I'm good. Let me guess, Glizzy.
Oh, please, bro. This dude is a man, is the most famous R dude around, bro. And he's good, bro. They done made Fleece a civilian, man.
This what we doing now?
Bro, it just show you, bro, the internet a crazy world, bro. Hey, man, the internet is a crazy
Yeah,
world.
I've been seeing him on a few videos doing them
20 and 1.
20 and ones. Yeah, I'm like, nah.
Man, I'm talking about y'all.
He on the ground and everything.
Man, Fleece is out here getting booked like the rodeo girl. The girl that do the little rodeo dance stuff.
I don't think I seen her.
Oh,
I remember the Haktui girl was getting booked after for a minute.
Yeah,
I
man.
remember cooking with Kaya.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, her
I'm talking
little-
about Fleece is out here, but he
he
booked
doing it.
everywhere, bro.
Yeah, he out
booked
here.
everywhere. I knew it was funny, bro. When I seen him with on Birdman Brother podcast.
I know, yeah.
I didn't even know he had one.
Yeah, man, his podcast be on tip.
Now I do know he was on the podcast when Anton Daniels throwing him passes.
Man,
I'm like, man, that's wild.
Man, Anton was tripping, man. That was man.
I would
I
never.
didn't know
For
that.
real, for real. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I love watching his podcast. I watch it every day. I ain't gonna lie to you. I watch his stuff every day.
Anton Daniels?
Yes.
Yeah.
Between him, I watch these three people the most: Charleston White and 607 Ump.
That's an interesting guy. That's a
Nah,
very
the
interesting
The
guy.
reason why I like him between him and Charleston White, because they're playing an act. And when you sit down, of course, it got to be entertaining. That's how he blew up so quick, because he would say some crazy stuff. But once you watch his interviews,
He really saying
he
some real
has the
shit.
best interviews, bro.
He said some
Between him
real
and
shit.
Charleston White. Like when I first came up, Charleston White was the first person I started watching every day. Charleston White and 607 Unc is they have the best interviews I watch every time.
I like watching Big Homie CC
His stuff be good too.
and Big Dugai.
Yeah.
Both of them, they drop some. Man, they be going there.
607 Unc, he'll say some crazy stuff, but when he starts talking, you like, dog, like this that's just like a character he's playing on there. But dude is highly intelligent, bro.
Do you think he ever did drugs for real though? Because actually, let me not even say that. My first showing of 607 Unc, he was talking about how he had to sacrifice his son in jail, and I'm like, what? Nigga?
Nah, man.
Now, I hope that's not real.
That was just entertainment.
I would hope
Watch his
so.
interviews. Watch his interviews, bro.
Yeah, I've seen a few. I
I'm
see the
talking about
highlights.
where he's talking. Man, once you watch it, bro, just like Charleston White, he'll start off with some crazy stuff, but then once you start getting down to his conversation, can't nobody mess with him on
Well,
that.
I like the one they did together with Big Homie CC and 607 Up.
Yes.
Yeah, I like them both
Yes.
together. They like Craig and Smokey, but intelligently.
Yeah, like I understand, bro. It's you got to entertain the people. If you can't entertain the people don't want to hear what you got to talk
That's
about.
true. Like it's this other guy. See, I don't like Charleston White and it's another guy named Jesse Lee Peterson, because the way their characters are, the way they come off,
Yeah.
I'm like, why out of all the characters you could have chose to be, why these guys? Why like slightly the brown nose or whatever you want to call them? The
But Jesse Lee go way back.
Jesse Lee go back.
He go way
him
back.
and Charleston White, they used to be active for real, like activists for real. They used to be out there marching and doing stuff for the people. But nowadays, it's like, damn, these niggas ain't gonna ever get it.
I heard Charleston White voice back in the day. He sound way different than how he sound now.
Yeah, but he still does all that stuff in the community that he been doing. Also, he's like bro, he be having a lot going on, bro. Like once you start watching him, like once I got outside of all the crazy stuff and got down to the layers of what he be saying, I'm like, dude,
He say some real.
he always do, bro.
I remember one day he said something about how you gonna have a car insurance and never get in a wreck. I'm like, what? But that's shocking. It catches you like, what you mean? And then he break it down like, you paying all these years, but you ain't gonna never get no big lump sum. Or then he'll speak on
Then they charge you for the deductible.
Yeah. So he speak on. He even said, how you gonna have a job? He's like, every job I work at, I look for something to sue him for.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, but it's like, you're an interesting guy. He's like, just go to arbitration and, they going to break you off a check. Look for something. Somebody going to slip up and say something or do something.
Man, I advise anybody, start watching 607 stuff in Charleston White.
Now, have you ever seen, he's a congressman, Larry Elder?
Larry, how you look? I remember that.
He's a brother. He's a Republican. And he was on the break. He did a good interview on the Breakfast Club. And he was talking about.
Oh, yes. He owned all the houses and everything.
Yeah, I believe that's him, yeah.
Yeah.
And, they had a back and forth with him, because, he was in support of the Republican Party, being a Republican himself. And then he defended himself quite eloquently on why so and what the Democrat Party done for our people.
Yeah.
And it wasn't nothing for them to say. It was just, he said, look, when you look at when Charlemagne tried to call him out, he came back with an epic response. You know what he said? It's interesting you want to talk about me, Charlemagne, while you were sitting in front of the so-called candidate, Joe Biden, when he said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. You didn't say nothing to him.
Exactly. And we all know with the Joe Biden, it's so crazy. Like I say, man, like we got to get out of being herd thinkers, because it's just like the same way, like a person can't even tell you why they was a Democrat. They just reason why they're Democrat because their mother was Democrat. Their granddad was Democrat. It's the same way with Christianity. Like people don't even know how they became Christians. Like if a person sit there and study, the reason how we became Christians when we came over here, the first thing they gave to us was a Bible.
Or why did they push you getting the job more than they do being an entrepreneur?
You know what I'm saying? It's a reason. Like people don't. I don't go to just the surface. I go to the layers. What was the reason behind that? So if anybody knows the reason why they gave slaves the Bible, because the Bible say turn your cheek. So basically they tell them like we could do whatever we want to you, but just pray for us. Love your enemy. I can cut your leg off. I can cut your arm off. But we're gonna give you this good. This is why we're gonna give you this Christianity, because Christianity, it teach you to be docile. It teach you how to forgive.
And on top of that, the slave Bible was different from the regular Bible.
Totally different.
It was missing so many chapters about
totally different. So
kind of uprising and going against people.
But that's why in the Bible it's taught to somebody spit on you, you turn your cheek.
Turn your cheek, right?
Yeah, all this type of stuff. So that's why we was given the Christian Bible.
That's why I like listening to Judge Joe Brown thoughts on that. Because he said the reason why the so-called black people in this country didn't win because we didn't fight back.
That's the only reason.
How you gonna beg for
Wait, what?
Because we didn't fight back. How you gonna beg for something while you sitting there on your knees getting your ass kicked?
When did we not fight back? Whatever. Whoa, because I got an issue.
Well, hold on.
No, you got to understand what he was saying. Like, no, you got to grasp the whole thing. What he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. Run it back.
He's talking about during the civil rights movement.
We didn't.
We didn't fight back. Well, I would say that particular.
Didn't move in Philadelphia get blown up.
That was way afterwards. We talking about the civil rights movement.
Civil rights was 1960.
That's right. Move was in the 80s.
Okay, who got? Well, I don't agree with that. I'll just say I don't agree with that.
For the most part, we didn't fight back.
No.
We did have the Black Panther Party for self-defense. We did that, but that was a small minority.
You had the Bloods and the Crips back then, which
No,
actually
no,
stood for
no.
something different. They stood for something different.
They weren't the Bloods and Crips at all.
No, they stood for something different. They stood for brotherly love, overriding oppressed something. That's the Bloods, the Crips.
That was before. That was after the civil rights movement.
I'm trying to think of it. Man, that's just wrong, nigga. I can't think of why. I can't think of the reasons. But, nigga, that's wrong, nigga.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
got to stop doing
No,
that.
nigga, that's wrong, bro. We did. You can't say we didn't fight. People was fighting, and unfortunately, people was losing their lives. I can't think of no good reference points right now, but no, nigga, that ain't true. Bro.
You know, why we can we change subjects for a second?
Okay.
Now you have something you want to say to my brother over here
Man, I
for
ain't
for quite a while,
Bro.
And I think this is a perfect time for you to address that. Do y'all want to talk about it?
We got to cook on this, man.
Go
We
ahead.
gotta cook on this.
Go ahead. Go ahead, my man.
Man, I almost fell out my seat, man, when I heard Stubbs' top 5 Detroit rappers, man.
I like my list. What's your list? What's your?
You know, I'm talking about we got to do a run. Can we do a run back on your top 5?
I want to say in no order.
In no order.
Eminem,
Okay.
Royce the 5'9", Elzhi, Bizarre. I can't remember that fifth one. Eminem, Royce 5'9".
I think you said bizarre.
I just said Eminem,
no,
Royce
Bizarre.
5'9", Elzhi, Bizarre, and
You already said Royce, so
it's somebody else. Probably Black Milk. Probably Black Milk.
I feel you.
Now, what's your? Before you give me your, I want to hear your top 5, so I'll be able to combat.
See, I listen to local rap. I could go local independent, local major. Like it's gonna be hard for me just to break down local. This is my thing right here. So it's gonna be hard for me to break down local artists. I mean, top 5.
Who do you not like about the top 5 that I?
Oh man, I'm talking about that whole list, man. I'm talking about
Okay, let's start off. What you got to give us Bizarre?
Bizarre. Like I say, we're gonna go back to this. Like much respect to Bizarre. Bizarre is a platinum seller, a multi-platinum selling artist 2 times with D12 worldwide. But Bizarre in the top 5, that's stretching.
That's for what I look for. He brings something different that nobody else doing. Like he brings funny and humorness to it. I'm not gonna say probably Rio Young OG doing it now in a different style.
Yeah.
But who else was doing that back when Bizarre was out? He truly stood out and he was his own thing. Yeah. Somebody else, Elzhi. You can't deny Elzhi. You got anything against Elzhi?
I don't got nothing against Elzhi.
Black Milk. Do you know who Black Milk is?
I know who Black Milk is.
You got anything against him? He make his own beats, man.
Yeah, they're good artists.
Okay, let's just
good. I can never argue who because these are your top 5.
That's true.
It's something about music. It got to resonate with you.
Well, okay.
So it's never no argument. It was just like just hearing the list verbally was like I almost fell out my seat.
I always say it's only 2 rap gods in music. One of them is Eminem. Flat out, it's only 2. The other one is Lupe Fiasco. How do you feel about that?
I wouldn't put Lupe Fiasco nowhere in my rap gods. Nowhere. No, absolutely not.
How does he not make it into a rap god?
Easily doesn't. He's not no rap god. Easily he not.
What attributes
He's not even
does
the
he
best
not
rapper
have?
in Chicago.
Come on, bro.
He's not. You would put Lupe Fiasco over Kanye West?
You can't do
Kanye
that.
West before?
You can't do that.
No, but you just said it. I'm going off what you just said.
Lyrically, he is.
No, they're not even
metaphorically.
Bro, first of all, he does that. First, for me to sit there and go against say somebody's better, we got to have the same amount of material. He does not even push the same amount of material that
You
Kanye
can't do
does.
that. He's to this day still dropping.
But he don't have the same amount of material that Kanye
And by
has.
material, do you mean like selling?
No, we're not even selling. I'm talking about just far as catalog of music. That's why I could never mention Tupac against Biggie. Because how can we mention one that has one person got 2 albums and the other guy got 7? There's not enough catalog of music.
You don't understand.
I know. I'm definitely comprehending it.
Lupe got about, I want to say 10.
And you would compare Lupe to Kanye? Seriously?
I'm a lyric. I look for lyricism.
I'm a lyricist too.
Now I'm not gonna say Kanye don't got his moments and his shine. He's the truth for real.
I don't like the last stuff Kanye done came out with over the last probably like 10 years.
Yeah.
But we can't take away that this guy is one of the best to ever do it.
I'm never gonna deny
Ever
Kanye.
do it. But I would never in my life put, and it's no disrespect to Lupe Fiasco. Lupe Fiasco ain't in my top 20. He ain't in my top 50.
You can't do that, bro.
I ain't even gonna lie to
You
you.
probably look for something else.
No, I listen to. I'm talking about. I'm into rap. I'm into music. Like he's not. He's not even in my top 20 in the Midwest. Not alone.
Man, bro, you
not Lupe Fiasco at all.
No.
Name four or five people that's above, better than him in your opinion in the Midwest.
In the Midwest, who I like listening to. Now we just talking about now. Like I say, every time when you do it, make it seem like you taking. It always come off like somebody slighting somebody else, but I'm not slighting him. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about his first 2 albums, great albums, but they're not no classics. They're not.
Oh,
he got 2 good albums.
You can't even skip nothing on them albums.
No, but like I say, bro, like he's not. I can't put him nowhere in there. Nowhere.
I mean, Food and Liquor was that deal.
Do you listen?
Yeah, I said his first 2. You heard me? I said first 2.
You're right. Hey.
I said first 2.
Yeah.
Food and Liquor, that album, that's almost 20 years ago, bro. His last hot album came out in 2007. It's 2000, bro. That's been 18 years.
He just dropped.
I said his last hot album.
Oh, how that? Oh, well, in your opinion,
Man, bro, it's 2025.
bro, he's still dropping stuff. I can't think of none of it. He just dropped.
That's when you know.
Dragos,
That's when you
Wave
know.
5.
Oh man, come on.
That's when you know. That's when you know because you can't even think about it. If
I
you're
just
a fan
said,
of
wait.
it. If I'm a fan of somebody, I can tell you what they dropped. I'm talking about immediately. I'm gonna be able to recite it. Like, yeah, they just came out with this. If I'm sketchy on it,
So what? I'm saying, what attributes is him or Eminem don't put them in your top 10 or top 25? Because both of them.
I didn't say Eminem not in my top 25. I didn't say Eminem.
Is he in your top 10?
Eminem, I give him. He'll be in my top 10. He'll
Okay.
definitely be. I give him. He'll fall off almost at 11. But the thing about Eminem, like I said, I've been listening to Eminem since Eminem first came out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I have not liked it. Me personally, and this is not, like I say, we're from Detroit. I'm talking about. I have not listened to no Eminem album since the Eminem show.
Oh, that's almost most people.
That's bro. I have not even been around nobody who have listened to Eminem since then.
He still got hot moments and singles here and there, but you're right though. Eminem show
Like-
fire.
That was old Eminem back then.
Yes.
That was old.
I
Eminem.
agree.
The Eminem show came out in 2006.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was the last Eminem album I actually.
No,
bought,
it
now
came
I
out in
think about it.
2004.
It
matter
came
of
out
fact.
before. See,
Yeah, I
It came
remember.
out
Yeah.
2004. So we talking about something that came out in 2004. That's been
Eminem
21
show was
years
probably
ago.
before then, bro.
I'll tell you what, I quit listening to Eminem when he came out with D12 had the album, My Band.
Yeah,
That's when I quit listening to him.
Like I say, people we like in Detroit, like Eminem is a legend. We know around the world, Eminem is a legend.
Right.
But in Detroit, he's not getting played like how people from the outside think he do. Like it'd be so crazy when I see people comments. I'd be like, now he's one of the biggest artists in the world. This is not no slight on him, not no slight at all. He's one of the best to ever touch the mic. But when you say Detroit culture, he's not being mentioned at all. At all. Because he's a legend. I'm talking about worldwide, Eminem is number one. But when you say it's Detroit culture, no. Let's stop the cap.
Okay, speaking on Detroit alone and all the artists ever, where would you rank him? Is he like in the 10s, in the 20s, 30s?
For this, okay, I'm gonna say no. Like with me, I would have to break down like what side of town where these artists from. I could do a top 5 because if I just say like that, it's too many artists. Like I grew up my whole life listening to local music,
Yeah, sure.
so it's hard for me just to say a top 5.
But out of all Detroit artists, Eminem don't make it into your top 5?
No,
That's
absolutely
wild.
not.
That's wild.
Absolutely not.
Who will be number one on your list?
Come on, bro. First of all, we got to give it to Icewood. Icewood impacted music more than anybody. That's Detroit sound. I'm talking about we can go to anywhere. We can go on 8 Mile. We can go on 7 Mile. We can go on Puritan. We can go to the East Side. We can go to West Side. We all know it. We all know it,
You don't think T Grizzly eclipsed that?
bro. T Grizzly is a legend at what he do.
Mm-hmm.
T Grizzly ain't no Icewood, bro. I'm talking about far as the national sound. Of course, T Grizzly. But far as that Detroit sound, it's Icewood, bro. This not even debatable. Like our whole sound came from him.
Hey, give me your-
You know, I got to ask him this for I could. For those that's not from where we from,
Yeah.
you mind describing that Detroit sound?
Our Detroit sound, man, it's unique. It's real unique. Like a lot of people that was from outside of Detroit, they didn't used to like our music because they would say our tempo was real fast. They was like we rap too fast. We rapped off beat, but our beats are made a certain type of way to reflect the way we rapping. So everything is a basically like a faster pace. Like the rappers that's really have a Detroit sound, because we got rappers, then we got a Detroit sound. It's like two rappers, it's like two sounds in one. Like Eminem is a national artist. He has a national sound. But then you have artists like Peasy's that has a Detroit sound. We have just like stuff like that.
But the Detroit sound is constantly expanding. You can't just say it's just this artist, just that artist.
But we have a distinct sound.
I agree with that. To me, most of it is the rapping off beat.
But it's not off beat. It's just that we so used to, I said this in the interview before. We're so used to listening to other people rap, we don't know how we sound. Think about it. We grew up our whole life listening to other states. We was listening. We started off listening to New York. Then we went to California. Then we went to down south. We didn't even listen to our own music. We used to say our own music sound basement. This is the way we talk.
Now let me ask you this, a sub question to that: do you think we have an accent?
Yes. Definitely do.
I've been saying that for a long time.
Definitely do. When you go other
We have
places-
an accent.
When we go other places, you can tell it. Everywhere got an accent.
You want to describe that
Everywhere
one?
got their own dialect. Everywhere. Like you could listen to some guys from New York, you're going to know they're from New York.
Oh,
Right.
definitely.
Some guys from California, they got their own dialect. I'm talking about from Northern Cali to Southern Cali. It's a whole different sound. They even talk different.
Now, how can you describe the Detroit accent? A lot of people can't hear it because they've been living here.
We've been here our whole life. So
We hear it, yeah.
It's hard for us to say it. They say, like, from outside, they'll say we talk a little proper.
Right.
From the outside. But, of course, we from here our whole life, it don't sound like it. But,
That's what I'm trying to say because every time we talk to somebody from the city, we know, oh, you're from Detroit.
yeah, we gotta, I can tell you from anywhere else, bro. I'm talking about, it's a certain style.
Now, if you're really from the city, you could tell somebody from the east side, north end, southwest, all that stuff.
I'm talking about everything. So, it's totally different. But like I say, my top, man, I'm talking about, I love Eminem as an artist. He is one of the best people to ever touch the mic. I'm talking about as far as creatively, production-wise. We ain't gonna talk about his production skills. But Eminem is not in my top 10. Nowhere near how. He's not. But I'm talking about on a national level. I'm talking about that's for a local level. On a national level, yeah. But locally, no. When I
don't
mean
make no
local, bro, I
sense.
hold on to that hard, bro. That makes all the sense in the world because somebody could be on a national level, he's big, but on a home level, nah, bro. Like
I
and
don't
love
understand.
his
Like,
music.
say if on a national, on a bigger scale, you the man, but when you hear, you not.
we not saying he not the man. Eminem is Eminem.
Oh,
Eminem is Eminem, no matter what we're talking about. But we're talking about, like, if a person see this interview, they're gonna understand what I'm saying. Like, we all know who Eminem is. He's
It's-
one of the best of all times.
I do realize.
But when you say local, bro, we got some crazy people that I'm talking about that impacted the culture. We're talking about when you say local, when I say impacted the culture, like when you see them, you like, that's Detroit. No, that's no doubt about it. That's Detroit.
Where do you rank Big Hurt?
Big Herc, he'd be like in my top 7.
Top 7.
He'd be right out of my 7.
You
I'm
know,
talking about, and I've been listening to Big Hurt from the bottom up since they first came out, from before Alligator City, before who was Rock Bottom.
Now, if you could do
Wait,
just the whole Team Eastside, where would you rate Team Eastside?
Team Eastside, I'm talking about like as a group, and they right up there because they help influence the culture. They help change the
Cheddar
whole
Boys, all of them.
Yeah, like when I say my top, it goes from influence and the impact that it had on Detroit. Blade had the biggest impact locally in Detroit. Then, like, just his sound, everything. So, then from there, you know what I'm saying? I gotta pay homage to Mac Nichols. Mac Nichols created almost every slang that Detroit ever came out with, and still going right now. He's been in the game for 20 years. Like, every rapper who popping now, who them guys who got deals, who this new wave of Detroit is, all of them had Mac Nichols on their prior albums, all of them, and still do. We got to give props to the Peasies, to the Vezos, to the Payrolls, to the GTs, to everybody.
I was gonna say MC Breed, but would you count that as Detroit?
No, that's Flint.
Yeah, that's Flint.
He had one of the biggest Midwest movements outside of Bone. Outside of Bone, he probably had the biggest Midwest movement.
You ever listen to Eshawn?
Yes.
Okay.
But Eshawn before my time, but also Eshawn was the first to come out with that horror rap.
Yeah, some people
he
try
the
to give it to, I want to say King Gordy, but no, it was before.
Eshawn, I'm talking about Eshawn was already popping. I'm talking about been popping since the 80s.
Okay.
I'm talking about with a national buzz. So
what's some songs from Detroit artists that represent Detroit the best? Because to me, it's still First Day Out, T Grizzly.
nah, that's on a national level. That's on a
But it got to start here first before
I'm
it go
talking
there.
about when you think of that. Now that's one of them. That's in the top 5.
Okay.
But when you say the biggest local songs, I'm talking about, we got to say it.
Of all time, not just now, just
Bro,
yeah.
write down 5, man. Write this down real quick. We got first of all, we got Take Money to Make Money, Stretch.
Oh, Stretch Money, yeah.
That was one of the biggest songs. That was the first local song that was being played on the radio like it was a national song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got,
And it had a hustle, a dance to it too.
yes, I'm talking about. So then we gonna go with Old Boy, Eastside Cheddar Boys. In 2001,
I remember that. I used to listen to that.
They dominated the whole summer in 2001. We got Gated Up. That came out in 2000 on the Who Is Rock Bottom album. I mean on the Gated Up, on the Alligator City album. We got Come Roll, Street Lords, Blade.
Come roll with it.
Nigga, yeah, that was Blade's single song. That Come Roll, and then we got number 5. We got we just saying 5 of them. Then we got A Dog Hose.
Not
Not
just
one, but all hoes.
Yeah. Then we got Good Ass Day, Doughboys. Then we got Bezo, Money Phone. We got COI, Cash Rules Everything Around Me. See, Just Another Day in Detroit. See, we had that. That was one of the first big local songs. We got that. We got
You said what was that song?
Cash Rules Everything Around Me.
Okay.
I remember that one.
That was a big local song. That came on like 97 and 98. We got again Rock Bottom. Anybody fucking with us?
No.
We got that again. We're gonna make that a double. We're gonna double back on that. We got Eastside Cheddar Boys again. Well, I'm a Cheddar Boy, baby. We got Team Eastside with Needy with Needy Chick. We got Bezo with Clarity. We got man.
It's so damn many.
It's so many,
It's
bro.
so- it's so many.
Excuse me for just like it's so many
No, you
people.
good.
We got Dusty McFly, I'm out here. We got
You got Tone.
yeah, we got I Ain't Playing With Your Tone.
Tone, yeah.
We got Cheddar Boy Malik, We Do It Big.
Same close from yesterday.
Yeah, we got What Up Though. Bro, we can do this all day. Like these are the biggest local songs. Like if we had a time capsule and we put up any of them songs, that's gonna represent all of Detroit. That they would get a full Detroit feeling like, oh, this is Detroit.
Yep.
Ain't no doubt about it. This is Detroit.
So what artists, are there any artists right now who still hasn't dropped what you would say is a good Detroit anthem for them or for the city?
I think everybody where they supposed to be in there.
Okay.
Everybody. But
How many you got on that list?
I didn't do it all. Stop that clarity, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
that's just stuff that just popped in my head. That ain't
Yeah.
stuff I would just sit down and would have wrote.
All you need is 3 more, and then you got a versus battle.
Yeah.
At least show half of the verses.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of music, bro.
yeah.
Like a lot of music. Like I say, man, Eminem is one of the best to ever do it. Not even people forget how much of a producer he is. Like he had produced platinum songs that was outside of his music.
Now, this is a challenging question for you, but if you had to give him one song to like probably add to this list, which of his from his discography, which one of his songs would you grab?
And this song got nothing to do with Detroit, but I Am. To me, that's his coldest song he ever had.
Whatever you say, I Am.
Say I Am. That song right there, that was like, I can remember listening to that when it came out in 2000. And it was so crazy because when that album came out in 2000, to me, that was probably the best year in rap. Because you had Ludacris' first album came out. You had Nelly Country Grammar came out. And you had Big Timers, How You Love That came out. And it was so crazy. I remember we going to the senior picnic, this in 2000. And we was playing the Big Timers and the 504 Boys that just came out. So, and we was on our way back. Of course, we're not going to be at the picnic listening to Eminem. On our way coming from down there, you coming from a high, you coming from a down. We sitting there listening to lyrics now. He's like, God, when I was just a little boy, my mom used to crazy things. I'm like, God damn, he is tripping.
Crazy lyricist. You know what one that did for me? When the 8 Mile soundtrack came out.
Yeah.
And he had the song 8 Mile Road.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Like he have said things that, but like he is one of the best to ever do it, ever do it. I'm not taking nothing from him, but I'm talking about when you say just far as Detroit. Nah, I'm not gonna put, but when on a national level, heck yeah, bro.
I got to.
Because the thing about it is just like he is Detroit. We got to give props to this guy because he was the first one. I'm talking about when his movie 8 Mile came out. He premiered the movie on 8 Mile, so we got to give him all.
What
the
did he do,
props.
the Bel Air?
Yeah, he went to Bel Air, and like I say, I'm talking about he brought the cameras to Detroit. He's a legend, but when you say Detroit rappers, bro, that's a whole different thing, bro. It's a culture. It's a look. It's a way you rap.
Maybe my list is different because I'm not originally from here. I rep Detroit because I feel like any place you live for more than 10 years, you got to a degree a right to claim it, or but
Where you from? Where is he from?
Pontiac. I don't really tell people, but yes, Pontiac. Salute, shout out. I love it there.
Yeah,
I rarely go back, but for some reason, still, if I had to, outsider looking in, because I truly can't give a Detroit, only a Detroit.
But that's why you're looking at it from a larger point of view.
Yes,
Like you're looking at it you're from the outside and you're looking at it from a larger point of view.
that's what I'm saying. My list,
But
in comparison to somebody, I don't know if you born and raised here,
Yes,
then your
born and
list
raised,
is
like
your list. Like,
stumped
shut the
down.
fuck up. This the
like
list.
no, I ain't gonna do that. But
Go ahead, I don't
my,
mind.
my list is stumped down Detroit. Like
Yeah.
like you're gonna hear the culture. You're gonna hear it talking about what we gonna be talking about the same neighborhoods. We're gonna be talking about what malls we attended to, like everything, high schools, everything.
And you know what? You hit the nail on the head. We was talking about the malls we go to, the schools we went to,
Yeah.
the parks we hooped at.
It's gonna be
All
gonna be a
that.
different sound.
It's like up here, it's like the chili cheese fries,
Yeah.
all put together with the right recipe. That you put it on a song, it's gonna be embedded in Detroit history from now on.
Now, what subject matter has a Detroit artist not talked about that you wish they had talked about? Like maybe bus routes.
See, think about it. It's so crazy, man. Like rap is truly it's simple. 'Cause
Yeah.
all rappers talk about the same thing. It's just can you relate to them?
That is, I'll give you that.
All rappers talk about the
And
same
sometimes
thing.
it's the way you word it. Me,
Yeah, it's-
two people could talk about cooking up something, but I like the way he said it.
That's all it is. So, you know what I'm saying? Like it used to irritate me back in the day when people, like I knew people that would sit there and would listen to other people, other rappers from other states before they listen to our own music. I've always been like this. I'm like, y'all would rather listen to somebody rap about Lennox Mall than somebody rapping about going to Fairlane, talking about Somerset.
Right.
This dude is talking about selling crack the same way this Detroit dude is talking about selling crack. But we so conditioned to listen to other people, we'd rather listen to somebody else throwing an A sign up than somebody throwing up Joy Road. Like it's crazy work.
You know
crazy.
what's weird? A few years ago, I traveled to Nashville. The whole night, all they played was Detroit artists. And so Detroit don't realize, like you said, how influential they are.
Yeah. Now
Your
we got
music
the light.
is national. There are people listening to it not in the city.
Yeah.
So
I can remember when it wasn't like that though.
no, yeah.
Yeah,
Never.
like now it's a boom now. Like you know what I'm saying? Us in Memphis, like we got the biggest waves. So
When have you noticed that to change? Like, you know, went from national to just supporting our own again.
I've been seeing the change. Like the first thing that was a tipping point was the Dope Boys. They was the first ones to be on World Star. When I seen that, I said, okay. They started getting a buzz. Then they started doing songs with people from everywhere. I was in the joint. When I first came to the joint, a person outside of Pontiac never heard of who our rappers was. Them guys in Flint wouldn't listen to it, or guys from Saginaw wouldn't listen to it. Then when the Dope Boys took off, them young guys was coming in from everywhere. Like, yeah, we listen to y'all music. We listen to our music. And then from there, then after that, you had Days Love take off. When Days Love took off, it was on. Then you had T came right behind her. Then after that, it was just a big boom.
What about Turbulence TV? You ever used to watch that?
I used to watch it every day.
Every day, man.
I used to love Turbulence.
That's how I discovered most of the Detroit artists.
I go back from On the Move with Mr. Mall. I'm talking about then I go back to 7 Mile and Belle Isle. Then from Dirty Glove Network. But I'm talking about back when they channel used to be blurry as hell.
Oh,
I'm talking
yeah.
about when you couldn't even see who the artist was.
But you could hear it.
You could hear it.
yeah.
So I'm a real local guy. That's why I was the first person to write a book about the stuff that I wrote about. Ain't nobody else ever did that.
Yeah. Because I remember they used to play, the only Tupac song they played was Pain. Other than that, it was all Detroit.
Yeah.
That's how I got put on a bunch of Detroit artists.
Yeah, so like, man, like I say, man, I always love the Detroit sound. I just love our culture. I love our culture more than anything. And like, I just love how like a lot of people don't know, like people who know, like that's why I listen to a lot of Bay music, because Bay music is just like Detroit music. Oakland, our music sound just like the people in the Bay. That's why E40 and Be Legit and Too Short, that's why they're so big down here.
Also, I heard like we had an influence on the Toronto sound as well.
Yeah, look how close it is to us.
Yeah,
But that Bay ain't no relationship like us in the Bay.
that's what I was told.
Ain't no relationship. I'm talking about all their artists is big. Like our artists, that's their biggest fan base. When they go out there, they get everybody big in the Bay. All our
I
Detroit.
think out of all cities, we are the only one who, out of what we, our accessories, we the only one who got shades.
Yeah, that. But
Not me. I'm saying we. I'm not a native.
You said we got shades.
no, I'm talking about the glasses.
The glasses.
Oh.
Because other people, they might make a coat,
Yeah.
they the shit, or
Yeah, that's our culture. Like
Yeah, that's the culture.
But like I say, them boys in the Bay wear like crazy too.
Yeah.
Wear like crazy. But that come from our relationship with them. Like they come up here, it go way back from the 90s, from how our relationship is with the Bay. So that's why when an Oakland rapper take off, like Filthy Rich, when Filthy Rich, that's why like Filthy Rich is so big in the joint. Like he one of the biggest artists in the joint. But whoever popping in the city, Filthy Rich gonna have him on the album. Like when they first pop, Filthy gonna have him on them. Like his man, I'm talking about, he done a song with every Detroit artist in Detroit that's popping, that ever was popping the last 15 years.
What you mean? So what is he charging them, or is it just
No, it's
off
just,
the
it's
love?
just they just got a relationship. He
Okay.
do songs with The relationship with Filthy is big down here.
Okay.
Filthy Rich from Oakland.
I didn't know because, some people, they do behind closed doors. I need 10, 15. Other people is like,
of course, but like how the relationship Billie Jean and E40 got up here.
yeah.
Their relationship been like that up here forever. Like they used to be at Strictly's all the time and places like that. So
I remember that. But I did want to get on a few other topics because we got a few Detroit artists out here who've been going through some things.
yeah,
Like Skilla Baby recently, he had an attempt. Did you have any thoughts on that?
man, like right now that case is still open, and also, man, that's some street stuff, bro.
I figured it was.
So I don't even have a comment on nothing that's street like that. Like people shouldn't even be commenting on that. Like that's some real street stuff. Like, and if you know what I'm saying. So I know how the streets is, bro. I know how wicked the streets can get. So I never comment on nothing that's fully like that's a still going on.
And they hang on every word you say.
Yeah. So you can't like.
But I do just want to at least say this. He seems so, from what I've always perceived of him, he seemed like he's not the antagonist.
Yeah,
he
but
seemed
like I say, I don't know. I can't go on either side because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have no dealings with him. So
But one thing I can't say, I was told that him and Bryce Underwood are cousins.
man,
You know who Bryce? Yeah,
the quarterback.
Yeah. Shout out, go blue, by the way. That's all I got to say about
man,
the
I'm
subject.
talking about, man. It was good to see he survived that because like I say, where we from, bro, it's dangerous, bro. Like it's dangerous.
You can't play with everybody.
And like that's why, bro. I don't play on the internet. I'm not into sneak this. I'm not into trolling because I understand, bro. I don't do that to nobody because I understand the severity of that. Like now, man, when I came home, bro, to see people get on the internet and talk about their ops, talking about smoking somebody and all that, bro, this internet is serious.
People
bro.
will pull up, and they
Like,
have.
bro, like it was so crazy. Like even we could go to this, bro. When that comedian made a joke about Dolph,
I remember that.
and that comedian lost his life with that joke about Dolph. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, you don't know what somebody going through, so everybody don't play.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not into that, bro. I don't disrespect nobody. Bro.
Some people got love out here like
yeah,
that.
like I'm not into disrespecting nobody. Let me say it again, bro. I don't play with people with their name.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I'm not into that at all, bro.
And that's the thing with the internet shit. They make a joke out of every damn thing that's
everything.
not fucking funny.
Yeah, like you don't know you don't know what the next person going through mentally.
That's what-
Everybody going through something. So that's why I'm not into trolling. Because you may say something about the wrong person and everybody ain't laughing.
And here's the thing, they will go out their way to look up not only your address,
Yeah,
but
bro,
your
it's-
mama address,
bro.
your girlfriend address.
So that's why I'm like, man, it all be, bro. What I talk about, bro, I don't never get on the interview, try to diss nobody. Like if I see something on social media, I ain't trying to say nothing bad about nobody because I understand, bro. I was locked up. Every day I was with niggas who wasn't playing. And there's people out here that still walking the streets. That's with that same mentality. So
And you know what? That's why I got to give credit to Aaron the plumber because I understand where he's coming from. Like, look, don't play with me.
Yeah,
I'm not that guy.
yeah, everybody don't play.
Yeah.
Everybody don't play. So with that, like I say, man, I wish him all the best on the speedy recovery. I don't know what he was into, so I'm not speaking on nothing about that because, like I say, we from Detroit. It's real here. So just, you know what I'm saying, salute to the guy for surviving, bro. That's all like salute, man. For real, for real.
Hey, get well out there. Get well. And be careful.
Yeah, be careful.
Also,
And salute to 42 Doug for, having him out on the show.
Man, Doug, first of all, we got to speak on that also, too, bro.
Wow.
There's nobody throwing concerts like Doug, man. Ain't nobody. He unites the city every time. I'm talking about, and you wouldn't even think that by him being a drill rapper. I'm talking about every time Doug has a concert, he throws the biggest and best concerts in the city, bro. That's what it is.
Okay.
I got another topic I want to talk about real quick. Belly. One of our posts went viral on Instagram. A lot of people agree with you. A lot of people didn't. Mm-hmm. And I just want to know, a lot of people, well, myself included, clarify, what makes that one of the worst movies of all time in your opinion?
First of all, let me speak on Belly. Like, first of all, man, a lot of people took it as an attack on East Coast, like on New York. Like, nah, man, I grew up listening to East Coast music. Anybody know me? I grew up listening.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Nas is in my top 3 best rappers. I grew up listening to Jay-Z. I'm talking about listening to Jay-Z when it wasn't even cool listening to Jay-Z like that. Off Reasonable Doubt, where it took years for people to listen to it. Mm-hmm. So, that's not. People took it like I was dissing the East Coast. Like, nah, I love y'all music, bro. I love y'all culture. I love everything about it. I was more speaking on far as the writing of the movie. Now, visually, you could tell that Hype Williams was a producer because visually, that was one of the best visually movies that I've ever seen. Far as from camera angles, Far as remember when their skin was glowing, how it was in the club. So people took it as I was just hating on the whole movie. Like, nah, that wasn't the case. Like, I wasn't dissing New York, man. I don't have no problem with it. I love New York culture. I love the sound. I'm talking about everybody know I love the Dipset, all that stuff. So man, like, stop with that narrative. That's a false narrative, man. But I'm saying as far as writing wise, like, and when it was so crazy because when I mentioned I'm About It, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? When I mentioned I'm About It, I was like, just one is a straight to DVD movie, and the other one was a movie that was a motion picture. That was a movie that went out to the movie theaters. You base those movies on two different scales.
I agree.
Like they don't have the same budget or nothing. So as far as entertainment wise, yeah, Belly was an entertaining movie. I'm just talking about far as writing wise.
What about Killer Season? What you thought of that?
Killer Season, and everybody know I'm a big Dipset fan, but far as straight to DVD movie, Killer Season wasn't a good movie.
It was okay.
You know what I'm saying? But like I say, these are straight to DVD movies. Man, but it was entertaining.
I'm still sure there's other movies out there
It's a lot, bro. We got Blood Thicker Than Water, that Mac 10 and Fat Joe movie.
That's a good one. That's a good movie.
We got 3 6 Mafia Choices.
I never saw that one.
Man, that's one of the best movies. I'm talking about this was a straight to DVD movie. I'm talking about far as writing wise, if somebody ever been locked up or anything like that, or just great movie.
What about Detroit movies?
What Detroit movies? I love them.
Which one?
Like they're straight to DVD movies. So I look at those movies on a whole nother level. Like I love New Jersey Drive. I love, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of great movies that came out of
Okay, let's take it up. Let's try to leave it only cinematic. What about you just said Butter Rim. What's your thoughts
I
on
love
that?
Butter Rim.
That's like one of my
That's one of the best movies. And Butter Rim had the best movie soundtrack ever.
You might be right. You might
Ever.
that's up there.
Ever.
That's nice. Was that that wasn't Warren G? Was on Warren Butter Rim?
Butter Rim was regular
Warren G.
Warren G.
Okay,
Well, also you had Life too. Life was also a good soundtrack as well.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
for R&B though.
Yeah, we
Life
talking
for
about rap
R&B.
here. Yeah.
Butter Rim I'm talking about you had Tupac classic songs, you had Dog Pound classic songs, Snoop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about Wu-Tang was on there. You had everybody on there.
Yeah, Right now I'm drawing the
SWV was
blank.
on there. Everything.
I'm drawing the blank. I can't think about any other movie soundtracks.
That is the best movie soundtrack ever.
Yeah,
I do got to list just 2 more movies. I need to know your thoughts on Dead Presidents.
That movie, bro. That movie is great, bro. I couldn't even watch Dead Presidents, bro. Like I told you, I remember being in a joint watching. I looked at that movie on a whole different level. Like that was one of the best movies ever. Just the ending was so sad, bro. Like when they gave him all that time when he in the chair. Like anybody that's been in front of a judge, they can understand that part.
Okay, I cannot think of this movie with Queen Latifah and they was robbing the.
You talking about Set It Off?
I couldn't think of that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
What you think about that one?
That was a good movie.
Now let me ask you this. It's another movie too. It's a comedy movie. We talked about it last time on the show. Fat Beach.
This guy.
That was straight to BET, wasn't it?
No, actually,
it hit theaters.
It
It
did.
hit theaters.
Yeah.
Man,
I believe it
don't
did.
know.
It was quick though, like a week is in there.
Yeah, that wasn't. I wouldn't even rate that.
Not even for funnies.
Not even for funnies.
Now, this was based off a true story, but paid in full.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
I remember going to the show seeing that movie.
I didn't.
I went to see that in 2002.
I didn't know it was based off a true story till the end. You know how they be like, this person doing this now, or I didn't.
Yeah,
That was wild.
What about City of God?
I didn't see that.
Well, we talked about that.
Yeah,
one.
you gotta watch.
It was made in Brazil, but it's a hood movie. What about Shotters?
Shotters, that's a good movie.
Yeah, Shotters.
I ain't seen that.
That's a straight to DVD movie. That's a great movie. I'm talking
Shotters
about
is a good
written
movie.
wise. Like a lot of people don't know. You know, it's the I'm About It Part 2.
No, I didn't even know about that.
Bro, I'm talking about. It's the reason why you don't know why it's I'm About It Part 2.
Oh shit.
It's a reason, bro. It was so crazy. I remember that I bought that from the DVD van. When I sit there and seen that, I couldn't even finish watching the movie.
It was that bad, huh?
It was compared to the hood classic. I'm About It. Like it was like I'm About It Part 2. It's I'm About It Part 2. If y'all think I'm lying, look it up, bro.
Now I know they made I got the hookup part too.
I didn't even know they made it. I do. Because Nipsey Hussle was in that. If I'm
Yeah, Fat Boy SSE.
yeah, he was in there. I remember that, but I didn't see that part too. But bro, it was so crazy. Master P brother who got killed in I'm About the first movie that supposed to play his brother Kevin. He in a movie again. I'm About It Part 2. As another dude, like I'm like,
Wait, hold on, what?
bro, Master Boss who played Master P brother Kevin,
Right.
in the movie in the first I'm About It who got killed, is in I'm About It Part 2, bro. It's wild. A lot of people don't even know they even got a part 2 to it, bro.
Now I got one more movie. It was a straight to DVD movie, but what about Baller blocking.
Baller blocking was just it was just a playoff. I'm about it. You had the crooked postman. You had the crooked mailman. I mean, you had the mailman. You had the crooked cop. Like,
You had AJ Johnson. Was
yeah,
one of them,
all it was just a playoff. It was like basically it was a playoff. I'm about it.
Now, can I switch back to music for a second?
Yes.
I wanna list 3 labels, and the other 3 labels I list, I just want you to name the best project put out by each label. Is that cool with you?
Okay.
I want to start with No Limit.
No Limit. The best project to put on that got put out.
It could have been a movie or it could have been an album.
No, I'm gonna go with the. To me, bro, like it was so much great. Like, far as depth, I'm gonna go with Mac Shell Shock. That was on No Limit, and then number 2 is gonna be See Murder Life After Death, and then number 3 is gonna be Master P Ice Cream Man. Number 4 is going to be Silk the Shocker Charge It to the Game. Number 5 Mia X Unladylike.
Oh, you really was into
Come on, bro.
No Limit.
I'm a music guy. I'm into music.
Okay, yeah. Next is Def Jam.
Def Jam.
more
I'm
broader.
talking about. We ain't gonna go in no particular order.
Oh yeah, don't gotta be.
No particular order. We're gonna go with DMX.
You probably gonna have
We're gonna go with the dark. What is it?
Hell is Hard.
Hell is dark and hell is hot.
We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with Jay-Z with the Hard Not Like album, the Volume 2. That was the Jay-Z best album. That's what got him a superstar.
Yeah, because of the Annie.
Yeah, no, it was just everything. That whole album. You had Money Cash Holes.
The
on
Annie.
there.
Did you right?
Did you not?
You had Can I Get It with DMX on there. Man, that album was.
It was the
You
Annie,
remember
bro.
Backstage, the documentary they did on that?
Yes.
Man,
Right, but it was that Annie, bro.
Annie
That took
started.
him into the next.
That took him. But that was the album that made everybody was like, oh, he that guy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go with that. How many is that? That's 2.
That's 2. You said it's
Okay.
dark and hell is hot, and then you said Jay-Z.
Okay. We gonna go with Red Man, Muddy Water.
that's a good one.
Everybody.
Good choice.
Okay. Then we gonna go with LL Cool J.
I'm about to say, he on the label yet.
The Radio album.
Okay.
Then we gonna go with the I'm Bad album. The I'm Bad.
Who's I'm bad?
LL Cool J.
LL Cool J.
So you got 2 LLs on there.
Yeah, I got one LL album on there.
You said radio.
Yeah, we can go either or. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Then we gonna go with wait a second, let me think.
Def Jam got a lot of people, man.
I got a lot. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think.
Because I thought you was going to do 2 DMXs.
I could go. That's easy money though. I want to go a little more complicated with that.
And you had Ludacris with Def Jam South.
Yeah, we had. But it's so many good albums on there. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna go with Beastie Boys.
Which one?
The album with the one with the airplane on it.
Is that the one that they had? You got to fight for your right to party.
And Brass Monkey and
Brass Monkey.
and then number 5.
That was 5.
Okay.
Now you could go get a 6 if you got.
Give me another label.
The last label I had, he might want to add one, but Death Row. I got to do the Death Row.
Bro, I'm talking about the first rap album I ever bought was Snoop Dogg Doggy Style. I put that rap album against any album. I'm gonna go with that. Then I'm gonna go with Dog Pound Dog Food. Then I'm gonna go with the best double album CD of all time, All Eyes on Me. Most anticipated, and he delivered. Then we're gonna go with a Murder Was a Case soundtrack, and then we're gonna go with The Chronic.
Okay.
I want to go down south for a minute to
Come on, let's take it there then.
let's go with. It's not really a label, but Outkast.
Outcast.
Yeah.
They was
I
under.
like the old Outcast. That old.
Yeah, the old, yeah.
I'm talking about
Spotty
Southern
Yachty,
Playalistic
Apple,
and
ATLians,
I'm gonna go with.
Equipment, yeah.
I'm gonna go. My favorite too. Southern Playalistic and Equipment.
Yeah.
ATLians was okay.
Not even Stank on You.
I ain't like that. That speaker box shit. That's when they went straight pop.
No, Stank on You was the one they had. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Yeah, that was a good album.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that was Stank on You.
Yeah.
Yeah, them. I was gonna do
To me, like I hate to say this, but to me, bro, like that Andre 3000 as a solo artist, like people be putting him number 1 for Atlanta, and and say this, I'm not from Atlanta, so I can't speak on Atlanta, but I can speak for what I grew up listening to and been listening to. My family's from Atlanta, my father's side. Like he is not. It got to go with Future. Future got to be Atlanta top artist of all time.
And why you say that?
The reason why, because outside of Drake, Future been the most consistent artist since it came out, since 2011. Every year he comes out, and then he comes out with mega hits. Outside of Drake, there's not been one rap artist outside of Drake who does that outside of him.
Give me the name. Name 5 hits he had recently, because I can't.
I was gonna say Ross.
remember-
Hold on, I was gonna say Ross for a minute.
But bro, Future is way bigger than Ross. Future is a superstar. Ross is a rap star. That's why I be like, why? Like, he don't have enough material. Andre 3000 put out like 5 songs in like 15 years. Like, how can you put somebody that's like a dude who comes to the court and shoot every 2 weeks that play once a year to a guy who's putting in work every day, putting 30 in every week. Future is dominant. I'm talking about, think about how long Future been on top.
You ever heard of a rapper named Jay Electronica?
Yeah.
What you think of him?
Jay Electronica don't put out enough music. I couldn't put nothing on him because I'm talking about he could be giving me his best verses he didn't sit there and thought about for 10 years. He don't got enough music.
I mean, still, just as an artist though, his
Nah,
actual
bro,
music
nah,
though.
bro, you got to put out material, bro.
So quantity really matters to you.
Quality matters with me. Like, you can't say Lauryn Hill is the best female rapper of all time and she only got one album. You can't say that. And there's people that's constantly putting out music, that's putting music on a high clip out. You can't.
Okay.
I can't give you that prime example, bro. Imagine if remember how big Get Rich or Die Trying came out.
Yeah.
Get Rich or Die Trying had 7 songs on the radio at one time when he came out in 03.
And he still didn't get best artist.
No, he still didn't get best artist. But imagine if he would have passed in 03. We would have been saying he was the best rapper of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had that movie come out. So that'd be a dual thing right there.
So you got to have material. Imagine if Master P would have died in 98. He would have been the best rapper of all time.
Mm.
People would have said that. Like, so you got to have the body of work to me, bro. You can't just have one hot record, bro. Lauryn Hill ain't came out with an album since 1999.
She was just recently on Nas' album, but it don't count.
Yeah, bro,
It's
she
not an
don't have
album.
material. She don't have enough material. To put her over Nicki Minaj, that's crazy to me.
Let me ask you this though: versus, who you think she could go against? Because she got enough for a versus.
She got enough. Yeah, she got enough for us. Yeah, she can smoke somebody in verses.
Who? Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn
Yeah,
Hill.
because she'd mix that Fuji stuff up with it. Like,
Yeah, because she ain't just gonna bring no melodic. She gonna.
she could go about 12 songs strong where she could destroy somebody. At least. Because you think about it, she could do 5 Fuji songs and about 7 that was on her album.
And then she still got a bunch with Nas and a few other artists out here.
Yeah, she could smoke somebody.
And those are classic songs
Yeah,
too.
she can smoke
I
some.
Rule the World by Itself.
Yeah, she could smoke somebody in verses.
I think she might rule the verses.
Yeah,
In her specific type of hip hop, she in a unique spot because her music ain't just in one category.
And she did one of the coolest songs ever.
Which one is that?
I Rule the World.
All Falls Down.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's what
yeah.
That's what Kanye got it from.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The poem she did for that was Kanye ended up making it a whole song.
Yep.
Yeah, she's one of them ones.
So
But I didn't.
You got,
I still like quantity though. I mean, I like quality over quantity. I understand like Jay Electronica, Lauryn Hill may not have
they don't
album, but just that little they do got, it's
bad,
enough
though.
for it is.
bad. That's like imagine a basketball player that had one good year. You can't compare him to the greats.
So Stubbs, that means
I
you
agree.
like,
I agree.
So that means you like one hit wonders.
I didn't never said that. That's too limited.
I'm
That's
just saying.
way too limited.
I'm just saying.
Well,
you said-
no. To a degree, you could say that too, because Lupe Fiasco, to me, his best stuff ain't never on the radio. If you listen, anybody who only think he's a kick push, y'all gotta explore.
But he's
that
not
new
a
catalog.
one hit wonder. Look, he had Superstar,
It didn't get radio play like that.
but still,
But all I'm saying is,
Hip hop saved my life.
Hip Hop Saved My Life.
That's
And he had the other song. Don't know, all ready to go. So that he
all
had
I
that
want
one.
to say is listen to these all artists. Give them a chance. Listen to them outside of what they are able to get on the radio. Because even Future, I've never been a fan. I started listening to him recently. Like, let me explore this guy. I'm like, oh, you actually got some fire.
Dude didn't had a long run.
Yes.
He's still the top. Like, get this guy his respect. That's why I was like, bro, we was sitting there. Me and my boys, we talk about this all the time between Drake and Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in the same bracket at all, man. I'm talking about Drake makes great music. I'm talking about Drake has been the biggest rap artist in the world for the last 15 years. Not on the coast, not in the U.S. He has been the biggest rap artist in the last 15 years. In the verses, it is almost impossible to beat this guy. I can't see nobody beating him.
Now let me ask you this: in the future, I guess his lane is the mumble rap lane. Is he the best at what he does?
Who?
If that's his lane, the
talking about
mumble future. If his lane is, I guess, the mumble rap, kind of.
It's not mumble rap. It's just
I can't describe what he is, but
He's Future.
You pissing on the. You
Hey,
pissing on the.
he's Future. That's what
I'm
he
saying,
is.
bro, in his lane that he's in with his subject matter and all this other stuff, is he the best at what he does?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Because look how long he been hot. That dude has not. He's still been smoking hot since he been out.
Okay. I just couldn't. Yeah, I can't
Like,
define
you gotta
him. I
think,
can't
like,
define his
as
lane.
much as we love Jeezy, Jeezy didn't die down. Jeezy been died down. I'm talking about Gucci has died down. Bro is still going. He been going since 2011. Strong.
Would you ever want to see him in an acting role, or has he been in an acting
I
role?
don't know. I don't know if he acting.
Okay.
Some things ain't for everybody.
Still try it. Everybody should at least try it once.
Hey, look, occasionally something like Lil Wayne, you never really seen him in acting role for real.
He been in commercials.
But not no acting, not no movies.
I'm saying
Actually, I take that back. He was in one movie, but he didn't play a big part. It was about a basketball team.
The New Orleans.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
training thing, y'all.
yeah. But he didn't play a huge role.
I ain't see this.
It wasn't a big movie like that.
Because I know Kendrick, he had that scene in Power.
Bow Wow was in that movie.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
they was hooping.
Yeah, it was
What is
hooping,
this
yep.
movie?
He came out by Katrina.
It was about a hooping squad.
Yep.
I can't think of the name
They
right.
couldn't play. They ended up winning the state championship and everything.
Yeah, I remember that.
The schools had, that from Katrina, everything was
Yeah.
messed up. So they had to play basketball other places. Everything. It was a good movie.
Yeah, it was a motivational movie. Y'all go out there and I can't think of the name right now.
We'll find
What
it.
other label?
Huh?
What other? Come on.
Man, them the only labels I could think. I wanted to do. I can't think of who's over Shady Records Aftermath. That other label.
What, Interscope?
Interscope.
But that's
Yeah,
like
it's too big.
It's too big. Like
you had to break it down to
Well-
major independent.
yeah.
Well, if we want to go back, shit, we can probably go down to Houston, Texas to Rap a Lot Records.
One thing about Rap a Lot, they didn't have that many.
They didn't have that many, but
But they had Trick Daddy.
Nah,
That's Florida.
That's Florida. That's why. I mean,
That's Slip and Slide.
Slip and Slide.
Yeah, Rap a Lot. To me, it get eerie after Ghetto Boys.
yeah, the Ghetto
After
Boys. Yeah,
Scarface Diary, then you'll get some Do or Die, but I don't.
can't really think of nothing after that.
No.
trying to think
If
of-
you say,
What about Rockefeller Records?
man, I think Rockefeller sold a lot of people, a lot of fools go.
Why you say that?
The reason why, because if you look at Rockefeller and like, they had a bunch of just gold selling artists. Like once you
Oh man,
That's what you meant by fools.
no, like the reason why, because like I say, like bro, you look at their roster, you look back, like I remember, that was the stuff when we was in high school. They talk about all that stuff. We doing it at home, come on, all that stuff. So, but when you look at Beanie, like as talented as Beanie Siegel was, his albums, bro,
what about him?
like it's as cold as he was. Look at the Young Guns. Like to me, Freeway had the best album on state property as a solo artist.
You
That
think?
Philadelphia Freeway? Heck yeah.
I mean, it was definitely up there.
Man,
It was definitely up there. And what we do, hey, that still go
the
hard.
whole album, bro. I'm talking about this. Both of the state property albums. The first one, I ain't like it at all.
You talking about volume 1?
Yeah, the stuff, that one, and then they came out with the second state property album. But like they had a bunch of just gold selling artists on that album, on that record. You would have thought they would have had more big selling albums outside before Cameron came there, before Jay-Z. I mean, before Cameron got there, Jay-Z was the only other person who went platinum.
So would you put
This was in the era of when people was buying music. So if you wasn't selling records back then, when niggas wasn't buying music, like that's the type, and they have a budget, like a Rockefeller budget behind you. You in a Rockefeller budget and you're not selling, that spoke volumes, bro.
Well, let's change labels for a minute. Let's go somewhere like, I don't know, Murder Inc.
Murder Inc., one of the most talented record labels of all time. I'm talking about one of the most talented record labels of all time.
They only have mainly 2 artists though.
But them 2 artists, I'm talking about, got generational music. You can say what you want, but I'm talking about Ashanti first album was a classic. That was the album of 2002. She got one of the best R&B albums of all time. Like far as like for that era of R&B, that girl got heat.
And Ja Rule and Ashanti body, hey, they made some heat together.
That 2-man duo will smoke anybody.
Always on time.
Everything.
Now I do got one more. I want to know the best projects from Cash Money.
Ooh, come on now we cooking. I'm going. Of course, we're gonna go with 500 Degrees. We gonna go with BG Chopper City in the Ghetto. We gonna go with Lil Wayne, the Carter 3.
The 3 is that's when I became a fan.
See, I was always a little fan. I was a little fan of Lil Wayne.
Carter 1 was
Back when Lights Out, back to when he went to Squad Up. That's when Lil Wayne started going crazy when the Squad Up mixtapes, when it came out in 2002. We're going to go with, we got to go with Big Timers. I Got That Work. Then we going to, I said BG Chopper City Together.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go with Nicki Minaj, her first album.
Okay.
I'm talking about they rolled the red carpet out for that first album. She had everybody from Eminem to everybody on that album.
You know, I want to go back to Wayne for a minute.
Yeah.
The Carter 2, I mean, Carter 1 was a classic by itself, but that Carter 2, that's the one that really, for me, did it in for the Carter.
Did that have Fireman on it?
Yeah.
That was Cartoon. Yeah.
That's Carter 2.
I love Lil Wayne, but that's his worst song, man. That Fireman, it's something about that
He was
song.
spitting. He was spitting. Like,
I mean,
I got a chance to listen to Lil Wayne, to watch his whole flow transition.
yeah, progress. Yeah.
Like, to see when he just started just getting better and better. Because back in the Hot Boys, bro, all I wanted to hear was Juvie and BG. Then Lil Wayne come on, do his thing, and Turk is just Turk.
Did you ever hear that one? Lil Wayne dropped a song because back when he decided I'm no longer gonna write, it's all gonna come from the head. He dropped like a 14-minute song with all his written raps. He was like, after this point, I have nothing else written down, so now I gotta. And that's when he just became something different.
Truthfully, I don't like when rappers do that, no, at all.
All off the head? He punch in, or I don't know if he punch in.
I don't like it at all, because you can tell when a song is like that because it had no structure. Like, I like songs with structure. Like, I hate to be listening to somebody and they be talking about a gun, then they'll talk about they was fishing. Like, it just jump. That's how you know somebody just punching in, just saying anything. The next bar that's gonna rhyme.
But that's what he
What
do.
about
That's what I'm saying. Like, I love structured rap. Like, I love for it to just run smooth.
But
like,
you just
What
said,
about a song by 6 foot, 7 foot?
that was, I remember that was a big song.
Yeah.
Corey
That was a
Gunn.
big song. That was a big song. That song was out cold. But I just like structured rap.
I'm saying, but by the Carter 3, he was already
Yeah.
punching in and all that.
You could tell. You could tell.
So, but you still was cool with it though. At least when he did it.
But I just like structured rap.
Okay.
Like, that punching in, everybody think they can punch in. Like, it don't work for everybody.
I think Jay-Z like one of the only people who to this
Like-
day don't do it.
Yeah, like, that just I love somebody that's gonna sit down, bro. If we on my dollar, I'm talking about, don't come in the studio, bro, sitting there punching in. I want your best stuff, bro. If this ain't what you do, punch in on some paper, man. Punch in and be like, okay.
That's what Rio the Young OG did. There's several artists who punch in and they can pull it off to where it's still going.
He do it, and he got his own style.
Okay.
And a lot of people take from his style. Like, but me personally, I just like somebody that right. Like, that's just me.
And that's becoming a lost art too. You know, a lot of people don't use that pen and pad no more.
Yeah, because even if you just typing it on your phone, like, give me some structure. You can listen to somebody who writes and somebody who punch in. The song's gonna sound totally different. Everything gonna sound smooth.
I agree, but it's different creative processes. I think
It's some people. I'm talking about some people out cold that can do it. Ain't no right or wrong answer.
yeah, that's true.
I'm just like, me personally, I just like more when somebody will sit down and write something.
It's really apples to oranges type conversation here.
Yes, sir.
So we got any more topics?
Nah, man, that was all my I'm sure there's other labels out there, but them some of the biggest labels to speak on.
Then we, like I say, I ain't even mentioned none of Drake projects, man.
Yeah.
I'm talking about biggest. Drake is the biggest artist on Cash Money ever.
I was gonna mention No Limit, but we kind of went over that already.
Yeah,
I do want to
go
say
off
this.
that.
'Cause you was talking
Yeah.
about. I want to say you said Rockefeller was something.
He
gold.
said it was fool's gold.
Fool's Gold, but I remember Jay-Z had an interview where he said he was proud of Kanye because that's the first artist that was really making him money.
Yes, I'm talking
When
about
Kanye dropped.
bro. As much as I grew up listening to the Rockefeller, right? I'm talking about Memphis Bleak, his Come of Age album. I'm talking about that was a gold artist. It had Memphis Bleak is and Niggas Live with it on there. Memphis Bleak best album was Understanding. I'm talking about Memphis Bleak, big as that promotion was, and how Memphis Bleak was set up to be the next Jay-Z. Both his albums was gold selling artists with a Def Jam budget, and you had the biggest rapper at the time that was pushing you.
You know, I gotta ask you that question since we on that topic. The Young Guns. Do you think they could have been pushing a little bit better?
Yeah, they could have been pushing you better. They could have pushed you way better. That's just like even with Benny Siegel, it could have been pushed better. All of them. I didn't like the way they was marketed, bro. They wasn't. I didn't like the way how they was marketed at all.
Yeah, because the Young Guns could actually flow.
Yeah,
they was cold.
I still listen to Neef Buck to this day.
Yeah.
I listen to Neef Buck to this day and Young Chris.
Yeah, people don't understand. Hey, the Young Guns, was that deal.
Yeah, I'm talking about, bro. They didn't even go gold. They didn't go gold on their first album. I'm talking about they sales they first week. I'm talking about they sales in general was just bad. And like you look back, like Emil first album didn't do nothing. Benny, I think Freeway went gold. Benny had a bunch of golds, but this is in the era where people was buying albums.
Yeah.
Like you was under Rockefeller and was still going gold. That is crazy when they was buying albums.
I do want to know my last probably music question. If you could put Dipset members in order from best to worst, what you doing?
Now, far as writing song wise, I'm gonna go with Jim Jones. Because Jim Jones is still relevant. He's still pushing out music.
Okay.
He got more hits than anybody in the Dipset. No, it's not even close. Far as skill wise, come on, man, my boy Joel Santana. But it's Cameron. We always got to start with Cameron because Cameron started the torch. I used to love them guys. I'm talking about all their old mixtapes and all that stuff. Yeah. Man, I'm talking about Joel Santana is the biggest what if in hip hop history.
As a side note, I still bump Purple Haze to this day.
And that wasn't even the best album to me.
But it's just, when you hear the song he made with him and Kanye,
Yeah.
that song by itself still is a banger.
Yeah.
Kanye beats was something special was about his beats. You knew it. Something here.
And you know what? Here's the thing. While we on Kanye West for a minute, he made some beats that I had no idea he made. Like, case in example, Guess Who's Bazak?
Yeah.
Guess Who's Bazak?
Yes, sir.
Kanye. And
He
that's
did the hook on it.
yeah,
He was doing the hook on it.
Animal.
That's why I say, man, like, I love stuff like that, like the producers and stuff like that. I was seeing something what Timberland said, talking about the producers. And like I say, my favorite producer of all time is Jermaine Dupri.
You got 4 more behind him?
I can't think, but like I say, I just love Jermaine Dupri so much because, like I say, he gonna write, arrange, and produce your song. Like, he got 2 back-to-back biggest albums of all time.
What albums?
2004, Confession. 2005, Emancipation to Mimi. He wrote and produced those records. He have ASCAP awards. He'll write a song he'll rap a song. He'll write it. Like, dude, like, he does pop. He does R&B. For real, like, ain't, like, far as, he's a real producer. Like, a producer, it's a difference between a beat maker and a producer.
He did Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge, Drew Hill. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. Like, he got songs with Mariah Carey, songs with Jay-Z. Like, dude is, like, you have a producer and a beat maker. A beat maker is somebody just going to give you a beat. He's going to put you in the studio and arrange it. Like, hey, do this. Make it sound like this. Do it like that. Do it like this.
I hear Helluva do the same thing, and that's why they get to charge more. Like, yo,
Exactly.
I'm not just giving you.
I'm not just a beat maker. Beat
blank
maker just gonna give you a
canvas.
beat and just give it to you. Like, no, it don't
like
go
figure
like
it out.
Like, that's why I was like, and it's big. Everybody wanted to see that versus between Diddy and Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri would have smoked him bad.
Yeah, I remember when you broke it down last time.
Yeah, like, you gotta think, man. Diddy ain't had no hit since like 2009. Like, Jermaine Dupri is actively still putting out music I'm talking about songs on the radio right now. And Diddy does not play no instruments. Jermaine Dupri plays instruments. Like, Diddy just have an ear for music. Jermaine Dupri is a musician, bro.
So where is Pharrell in your top 10?
Yeah, definitely is.
What about Jay Dilla?
Jay Dilla definitely is. Cause the way he does music, like I like stuff where it just don't, where a person be like, I can't believe you did that. I don't like a producer who's always in the same box where you could be like, that's a such and such beat. But like, Trick Me one time, be like, damn, he did that.
Yeah.
That's just like with Dr. Dre. Like, people think Dr. Dre did Daz did majority of those productions from Death Row.
That's what I was told.
Like, that stuff from All Eyes on Me, Dog Food, all that stuff. These are tracks that Daz produced.
And still getting paid from.
Still getting paid for. He had to take Suge Knight to court though.
People don't know the talent wise of Daz Dillinger either.
Man, I'm talking about, that guy is a beast. I would put him. Of course, you can always put Dre. I would put Dre, Daz Dillinger, Battle Cat, and DJ Quick. And them 3 could go in any order for the West Coast producers.
My little cousin loved DJ Quick.
Oh, his production is ridiculous.
Madlib too.
Yeah,
He up there too.
I'm talking about his production is better than his music. And DJ Quick got hits.
Yes, he do.
But Daz, I'm talking about ridiculous on them. Man, I'm talking about the Ambitions of a Rider.
Oh,
all that,
man.
like, bro, he got some. People be thinking Dr. Dre did them beats. Like, no, that be Daz stuff.
And Daz probably is like, as long as I get them credits, I don't.
Yeah.
Some people want the fame. Other people was like, you can have the
No,
fame. I want.
they was pushing it as Dr. Dre because Dr. Dre is the name.
And did he do the Chronic too?
He did. I don't think he wasn't producing yet then.
But I know he had a break him off something. He was on that.
Man, bro, yeah, all that stuff, bro.
Shout out to Daz, man.
Yeah, one of the best of all time. And
Yeah.
people just ain't hip.
No.
Like
See,
real people that's in the music know about Daz.
you see, that's what I like about these conversations because people don't actually they hear the song, but they don't research the song
Yeah.
to this day. Because even right now, I got my Apple Music, but I go in the credits and see what year was it made or who was the composer and everything to it.
I cannot think of dude name, but what you think about the producer from Mobb Deep?
Oh, Alchemist.
Not Alchemist, the black dude.
Havoc.
Yeah, Havoc. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Havoc music good, but he make it's a a certain sound. That's just like how RZA. Like RZA.
Yeah, RZA, you could tell.
RZA, all his stuff fits in a for Wu-Tang. Like he did a beat for Biggie also, but like it's hard to get him outside of that sound. Like give me something that's totally different.
What about Scott Storch?
Scott Storch cold.
Yeah, he did.
I look for him for partying. He gonna give me a party beat.
I didn't know he made that beat for Dre. That
Still DRE.
Still DRE. He made that.
He got hits. He's up there.
I don't know what he's doing. Is he still making music? You know?
Yeah. Like a lot of people, they have a production team, and the head producer gets the credit, but majority of people have a production team.
I got one more. It almost forgot about him.
Timbaland. Yeah, I love Timbaland music. I remember Timbaland. That's the first time I ever got hip to Ludacris. He was on Timbaland's first album in 1998. The song Fat Rabbit.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
The beats he was making for Missy Elliott, it was sounding so futuristic.
It was at his time.
And Aaliyah.
Yeah, to me, his best production was with Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that he was doing. But now, bro, you don't need that type of stuff. Like his production, he's so pissed now because he realized why we sit there and pay $700,000 or $500,000 for your beat, and this little 14-year-old in the basement coming out with heat. It's a 14-year-old right now making some heat that we can pay half this budget for and just get you. Give me the little 16-year-old boy that's in his basement out cold dropping nothing but fire. That's just like the little boy, the young guy. He was a teenager when Chief Keef that made that. That's shit I don't like. That was a young kid who was producing that. He ended up getting a deal. Young Chop, that's what it was. That was named
Yeah. Out of
So I
Chicago.
remember A-Rap Music, man, he came up because kind of similar story.
So it's the whole game to change.
I just got one more for you to see if they in your top 10. Swiss Beats.
Swiss Beats. I ain't even gonna lie to you, he not.
You know, okay.
He not. The reason why, because I don't know. Swiss Beats do a lot of R&B stuff. He do a lot of R&B stuff that we don't even know that he even done.
You're not factoring in the DMX stuff?
Yeah, I'm factoring in DMX stuff. Like I said, he got classic albums. He was doing all the production. So but I wouldn't put him, for me, like I wouldn't put him, he'd be in my top 10, he wouldn't be in my top 5. He definitely wouldn't be in my top 5, but he'd be in my top 10. I like, you know what I'm saying, like, my music range is from KLC from No Limit, who with Beats at a Pound, Manny Fresh, DJ.
Forgot about Manny Fresh. Yeah,
Manny Fresh. I'm talking about Manny Fresh was producing every album, every song that came out of Cash Money. And he was doing not just one artist. He was doing artists, single artists, group projects, everything.
And he still got to drop it like it's hot. Like that's still like a classic. They still play that in the club.
Always. That's his biggest production song.
Yeah. It had symphony. It had everything to it. You don't really get too much symphony.
Nah, I don't know how you feel about this artist. What about Soulja Boy? When it comes to a producer.
Soulja Boy, he's gonna be down as one of the best of all time because Soulja Boy changed music. He changed music. I'm talking about he's one of the architects of how music is set up right now. He was the first one to understand social media and bring social media. Like I'm talking about with Soulja Boy, he be saying crazy shit. It be sounding crazy, but it be facts to everything he be saying. Yeah, I was the first one. He was the first one to understand how social media. He was the first social media superstar. And
he also, to me, with the young guys during that time, made them understand the business aspect of the music too.
All of them. He was the first. He was the first of his kind. He is the Jackie Robinson. He's going to go down as much. Y'all can hate on it if you want to, but you got to give him his props. You got to.
I remember he said something like, back when LimeWire and all them apps was out, I think the hottest artist out around that
50
time was
Cent.
50 Cent. He was throwing his music saying, "Oh, 50 Cent song," so you download it. It ain't even that.
I remember the first time I seen him on MySpace, and then when he got the deal from College Park. But the first time I seen him on MySpace, and it was under, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't you know how it'd be under name, then you click it, it'd be somebody else. And then like how he was so cold, so how he disguised the song, that the real meaning of that Soulja Boy song. And if you really know, you would.
But somebody broke it down to me. I'm like, ain't no way that I ever had to rehear it. I'm like,
that's when I was like, he had little kids and mothers singing that song and not even knowing what was the real meaning for Crank That.
you know what? That kind of remind me of the Old Town Road with Lil Nas X.
Yeah,
Like, people don't know the real meaning behind that song either.
bro.
Well, what's the real meaning with Craig that?
We'll talk about that off air.
We'll talk about that later.
Off air. Just
It ain't for y'all.
yeah, but watch people know people. That's just like how, like, I knew Nelly was cold. Like, people sit there and laugh and talk about Nelly doing a nursery rhyme. That Country Grammar was a song when he was talking about riding with a gun and spraying niggas.
Can I ask you this one
And
question?
it was sung in a light way. I'm going down, baby. Yo street in a Range Rover. Street sweeper, baby. Cock ready, let it go. People, little kids sitting there thinking he telling a nursery rhyme. He talking about smoking a nigga. This I'm like, it ain't about what you
Pass
say.
it to me now. Like,
Yeah, it ain't about what you say. It's how you say it.
yeah. I give you
You
that.
think 607 Unc what was lying about when he said he wrote Country
Man,
Grammar?
607 Unc is a controversial guy, man. I told you, man. Shout out to 607 Unc, man. But outside the craziness, like I say, man, he's one of the hottest in the game right now.
All right.
You got any more questions?
I don't got no more questions. We all about to pull these questions real quick.
So you already know how we get down. We getting ready to play our famous theme music right about now. We're gonna start over here.
It take money to make money. Can't let it get away from me.
You want to pull two just in case? There we go. One more time.
I used to love that song. I dog hoes. I'm looking at the list.
That was like,
Not one, but all hoes.
Hey, you kind
That's
of
a song like if you mush a girl, everybody give you a pass. How the song was playing, we get it.
hey, good ass day to me. Hey, that was that deal.
I can't do this question.
it say,
Yeah, I can't do this one either.
I don't understand this. Would say, do hit songs solve controversies for artists?
Can I see that?
Do hit songs solve controversies for artists?
That's what it says. Do hit songs solve controversy for artists?
I didn't understand that.
You want to put another?
I guess like if an
Put it
artist
one,
is
put it
going,
one.
I think like if an artist is going through some shit like allegation,
Yeah.
but then they just drop a hit, they gonna all forget about it.
Yes, sir.
The only thing I could bring up during that with that particular question is probably Uncle Luke.
I think R. Kelly.
Or that, yeah, like
When he was
when
going through stuff, he just kept on putting out good music and just eventually.
people like yeah,
Oh, is Ludacris a top 25 rapper? Definitely.
Ooh,
Definitely.
great question.
Yes.
I
Yes.
feel like yes, but if I start actually listening, I'm like, damn, who I'm gonna take out? But I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, because I'm talking about he has the albums and he has the lyrics and he has the battles. He battled people, everything. So
People don't understand that Incognito back in the day was that deal.
yeah, I'm talking about his first 2 CDs was ridiculous.
My question says, if you had $1 million, what would you do with it?
If I had $1 million, what would I do with it? First thing I'd do is invest. I would invest into something. Like, I wouldn't do nothing else because $1 million, first thing I'm thinking about is if I got $1 million, how much they gonna take out of my tax for my taxes.
What if it was just tax free?
If it was just tax free, I got to invest in that $1 million to leave real quick, real quick. Because, like I say, the first thing somebody gonna want to do once you get $1 million, you're gonna have to move from your location wherever you at. So now, you know what I'm saying, just even being in a greater location is gonna cost just anything. That $1 million could leave real quick, like real quick. So
I forgot who said it a while ago. They was like $1 million not worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
They said about 5-10 years ago. Now, it was true then.
Yeah,
It's true now.
it's that $1 million to leave real quick.
Yeah.
First thing I do is just invest.
My man, yeah, you're right. I would invest, but I got to find the right thing to invest into.
You got to. That's number one.
Because I can't just put my money just in anything. There's too many crooks out here.
Yeah, that man, that $1 million to leave so quick, bro.
Also, I would change my number.
Yeah.
That's that. I'll get a new phone. I'm like, no, wrong number. And I would definitely probably seek a financial advisor when it comes to crypto, because I was telling my brother over here the other day, the thing about money's not really meant to be saved. It's meant to be spent.
Always.
Well, meant to flow,
Yeah.
not spent. Because if you look at people like Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, he even say one of the stupidest things anybody can do is save money. Why would you save money? They print more of it every day.
Yeah.
So what the poor have to do is we have to get out of the mindset that saving money is going to lead to financial freedom, which it don't. Working a job is not going to lead to financial freedom either. It'll keep you sustained, but you're not going to get rich.
And the question, it was,
What would you do if you had $1 million? What would you do with it?
like, you invest a large majority of it, probably 900,000. That last $1 million, that's what I would use to probably relocate. I don't know. I really don't. I need to start putting myself in that mentality of receiving the big bucks, then they're gonna flow in. You got to put it.
There
This
you
is
go.
where it all starts,
With everything, bro.
or everything start. But
Before you did this, you sit there and thought about all this. Y'all sit there and had a conversation how this was gonna be.
Yeah.
And look where we at now.
look, yeah,
And look where we going.
Yeah.
it's only gonna get better. So I definitely got to broaden my mind about new things that's about to start flowing my way. But definitely, I'm about to invest a large majority, throw some my mom way, little bit to my siblings. Everybody else be all right. But my question, I believe it was meant to say, how do you feel about people who hang around lowlifes?
Birds of a feather flock together.
Always.
I agree, but you can learn from everybody.
Yeah, you can learn from a fool, but it's I don't know. It's gonna be, man. It's the difference between, I don't know. That's a deep question.
I guess hanging is like you choosing to be there.
Yeah,
like if I'm at a bus stop and somebody walk up.
If somebody, you know what I'm saying, somebody, y'all at the same places, but it's the difference between hanging. I don't know. It's because, like I say, I know so many people, so many different walks of life. So it's different. I don't know.
Yeah, like I can't. Yeah, that hangout probably need to be defined, but.
What was the name? I'm gonna use this reference. You remember that show, The Corner?
Yeah, before it came out, before
The Wire.
The Wire, yeah.
What was the main character? His name was Andre.
I can't
It's
remember.
been so long, I can't even remember.
Well, everybody know the main character. I believe his name was Andre. Don't quote me on that, but he said something very profound. He was smart. He had a good job. He invested, and he lost it all because he ended up being an addict. But he said the reason why he did that because he wanted people to like him. That's the thing about losers. Losers, you think you're gonna get their respect by becoming a loser? No, losers gonna look at you even less because you became one of them. Losers don't like being losers.
I might have to watch that show again. He wanted people to like him, so he became
He wanted, he did.
So I would have to, I'm gonna watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, he even said in the show, I just did that because I thought people would like me, man.
You did what? How was he? How was he offered his first high or blunt or whatever? Was he at a party? And
I don't know, but one thing about that particular episode I can remember was when his ex-wife, who played Candy, who played by Candy, she went to him and she saw him high because he had that little lean on his mouth, and then she was like, "No, not you, Gary." His name was Gary. Not you, Gary, not you. Anybody else but you. Like she was kind of heartbroken to see him high.
She was high too, though, right?
Yeah, she already been an addict, but she was already there.
Because I remember she is the girl that was in the Tyler Perry movie. If I'm thinking of the right
Which
lady.
one? I know she was in CB4.
I might be thinking the wrong woman. Never mind then.
Yeah, she was in CB4, but yeah, when she saw him high for the first time, she was like, not you, Gary. Anybody else but you.
Because you remember Michael Jai White wife in the Tyler Perry movie? She was in the corner.
Yeah, she was. What's her name?
I can't think.
Loudmouth the one being in every movie.
Yeah, she was in the corner.
Yeah.
She was Gary's girlfriend in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah. She looked nothing like how she looked now in that show.
Yeah.
She used to be on drugs for real.
I ain't know that.
For real?
Yeah, she did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw an interview when she said that.
Man.
But yeah, everybody answer that question
Damn, what was the question? Was that my question?
about people that hang around with losers.
Yeah. I answered it.
So you answer that?
Yeah. I don't know. It just I don't know. It's different, bro.
Yeah, it can. That's a toss up.
Because it's so crazy. Like I said, I got birds of feather fly together tattooed on my arm. Like I stand on that. Like I don't know.
All I gotta say is don't fit in with losers because you want to relate to them, because you can never lift the loser up, but they can bring you down.
Facts.
That's your second question?
Oh, we doing second questions?
Yeah, this is my second question. I'm gonna leave it at that. What do you love most about yourself?
Man, I love how I do anything for peace. Y'all don't understand. I will go to distance for peace. I'll do some wild stuff so I can have peace in my life.
With me, man, that's deep. Man, my belief in myself.
I would say my ability to be resilient and learn.
Man, who put this in there, bro? I shouldn't even believe it.
That's mine. I'm always learning.
Did you have a second question?
Yeah, I did.
Damn.
Did you read it?
What is regret? You don't really regret.
Regret
Would it be a regret?
Yeah, ain't no regret if I.
Ain't no regret, right? We wrote that shit. You want to pull another one?
Yeah, it's
That shit was
You
dumb.
want me to pick one for you?
yeah. Grab, just pick one and read it on
That's
that.
a regret you don't really regret.
That's not a regret. That's
Yeah, that's just me. I don't even care.
It's like, yeah, nigga, I did it. What up?
man. Hold on, wait a minute.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my
Man, I
face,
can't
bitch.
find a
So
good
whoever wrote
second
that question.
bro.
Say thoughts on naming your daughter a day of the week.
Didn't we answer that?
I don't like
I
that.
don't remember
There
that.
you go, man. No, just keep that over there. Just keep it over there, bro.
I got one.
What's up?
Mine said, what's enjoyable about toxic relationships?
Didn't we have that before?
If so, it was a long time ago.
But we can answer it.
I'm more mature now.
Yeah, I don't get into it, but my.
You wanna pick another one?
everything.
What's enjoyable about toxic relationships?
We can answer it.
I've
but
never been in a toxic relationship, so I really don't got an answer. Do y'all got an answer?
I don't deal with toxic relationships either. But I would say if I was speaking from another person's point of view, it might be fun for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I can see. But other than that, I don't deal with that.
This one, it's a. What have you mastered in life?
Yeah, I'll do this one. I haven't mastered nothing, man. I'm always learning. I'm always learning and growing because everything adapt and change. If I learn an industry, that industry can evolve.
Yeah.
So,
Me, man, I'm still like I said. I'm definitely gonna go with exactly what you just said. Like still learning every day, bro. Like I don't think you're never gonna master anything. You're just gonna continue to keep on learning.
You're right. I can't think of anything either. I think we all got the same answer.
you know, I will give a different answer. I've mastered learning to understand and let go of things in the past.
But to what level though? Think about if somebody did something that's unforgivable, you gonna still.
You might be right, but
Yeah,
I ain't got experienced that yet. Hopefully not at all. But yeah, man, there'd be some stuff in the past. I'd be like, man, I'm not about to get this my energy.
Yeah,
But I want to flip that question. What would you like to master?
I'm gonna continue just master working on self. That's it. If I can learn how to work on myself, man, everything else gonna fall into place.
I want to get over my stage fright because once I get over that,
You do that every day though. You on it. You on it.
yeah. No, this is different. I'm comfortable here. I'm talking about because I be trying to battle rap and I keep messing up every time I hop into that ring. So
I would say for me, I would like to master manifestation. That's what I like to do.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah. I'm still, like you said, I'm still learning.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a forever going process. But once you master this, it's nothing you can't do.
Yeah, that's everything, bro.
my question is calling a woman precious still a compliment after the
And when I think of Precious, I think of Smeagol. That's the first thing. The first thing come to my mind was Smeagol, bro.
I want it to still be a compliment, but it just
Oh man,
I say here in America it ain't a compliment no more.
Oh,
that's some.
that sounds like something your uncle called you.
Yeah, that's some old school.
Hey, Precious.
Yeah, that's. I told you, Lord of the Rings popped up when
Yeah,
you said.
Precious. Like precious. I would, if I was trying to be funny, I'll call a woman that. If
Yeah,
I was going to be funny.
Yeah, it's hard. That's not a compliment no more, man. Y'all took away a good word.
that's
Well,
old
one
school.
movie, 2 movies. Lord of the Rings. Well, not really Lord of the
I'm
Rings.
thinking Smeagol, bro.
Man.
So you would never do it. You would never call a woman.
Never.
Not if
bro.
you be joking.
You got to be hanging off a rock, shorts cut up, says with a little ball head, bro.
You seen the other movie, Precious, though, the big girl?
Yeah, that was it.
You didn't like that?
Hey, what's another compliment you wouldn't tell a woman?
I don't know.
Would you call her
Darling?
sugar?
I wouldn't even call her
No,
darling.
it's just like no, that's just I don't know. Majority of them compliments be like old school compliments, like
my darling, my
yeah,
not
things
even
change.
Sure you can, Puddin'.
yeah,
stuff
none
like
of that. Sweetie, well, probably Sweetie if I had to do one. Yeah, so much I don't know. Cause even Bay is kind of played out. I remember like a few summers ago, girls was running through that shit. Bay, man, shut up.
So what the young folks call themselves now?
I don't know. I'm just gonna learn your name.
I want to know though, man. I didn't know my dog was over here a rapper.
Who?
You, I didn't know. You said you was a battle rapper.
Oh, no, I keep getting cooked.
Okay.
But I'm not even gonna lie, man. But I be trying though. I'm not gonna tell y'all my battle name till I get like 2 or 3 good battles out.
Yeah.
Cause right now I don't even.
Can we get at least 6 bars out you?
Come on, man. Come on, let's go.
I don't
We
got
ain't never. I'm talking about, we calling 6. We counting bars over here. 6. We give you 6. And that's enough to get
I
out.
can't think of that right now. I told her that I loved her and I lied just to fuck her. Now she's lying in my cover and I'm not gonna cuff her. Demented mentalist, living like I was meant for this. Always keeping a mentalist of bitches I intend to hit. And when they get the dick, I disappear. Peace out. Your girl get better head ever since you knocked her teeth out. If that's 6 bars.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's
Now again, I do the fast Eminem, Lupe. I like to.
okay. That's what's up, man.
Now I got a few other bars, but I'm trying to learn how to
You might as well
freestyle.
say your rap name now, because it's about to be under the.
Oh no, I ain't.
Hey, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell that is.
Oh, I mean, duh, because if y'all type in my battle and it come up, y'all gonna be like, oh, this nigga got cooked. I wish they wouldn't have uploaded it.
Eminem got cooked in 8 Mile, but he came back and took out the
Man, that
football.
was acting. I got cooked for real, bro.
Eminem
My shit
got
is
cooked for
on
real. What you
YouTube.
mean?
My shit is on YouTube.
So do you listen to Pontiac rappers?
I do. Mainly the battle rappers. No, it's this other guy. I know his face. I cannot think of his name, but Ill Will got music. Mac Myron got music.
Okay.
It's this other guy, bro. I know his
Did
name.
you like Cutter music?
I don't even know who that is.
Man, that's nasty work, bro. You from Pontiac, bro.
I'm from Pontiac, but I
Ooh,
wasn't.
they gonna cook you on this one, bro.
I wasn't really listening to music back when
You
I
said
was
his name was
Pontiac.
Cutter?
Yeah.
With an A?
Cutter Keys. Oh yeah, you got it.
I'll check him out though.
Yeah, I'm
Or
surprised.
he might be the guy I'm thinking about. Once I look at it, his face, because this is one dude from Pontiac. I know his face, but I can't never think of his name, and he got good music.
Yeah, when I was in the county, I started getting hip to all them boys' music, anything. So
Well, who is Cutter with, or who?
what about Coop?
I have to listen. Is he still around?
Yeah, he's still putting out music.
I'll check him
These
out.
are just you know what I'm saying, guys that they got music from Pontiac and everything. So
Because
like I say, bro, I listen to all.
and that's where we
Michigan
differ.
music.
Like it's hard for me to even listen to somebody new. Like I've been listening to the same 15 artists
So
for over a decade.
would you think that would hinder you if you was in the studio?
What?
Because what you listen to is everything is gonna be like out. You know what I'm saying? Like an older is what you listen to. You would kind of like unknowingly rap about, because would that be outdated music if you was making a song? Not a,
No, you know what? And I hate to say this about hip hop. It started going backwards after Eminem, 50 Cent. Once mumble rap start coming out, I feel like if music was progressing from Cool Herc or Cool Master J and all Rakim and all them, I feel like once we got to mumble rap, that music should have came before.
but I'm gonna tell you this though. But it's just the way, it's the cadence they saying it. But them guys is actually spitting. It's just they're rapping in a different way that you're used to it being delivered.
You're right, but to me, they not getting out enough bars in the time, because I listen to battle rap a lot. It's a good battle. I can't think of this dude name. His name is King something.
But them guys be spitting though, bro. You listen to what them guys be saying.
No, I
outside of see you stuck on the delivery.
you're right. I
But
am.
take out the delivery. Listen to the bars.
No, because one person who gave me my epiphany of that was Lil Wayne. I never liked Lil Wayne. That's why it took me till the Carter 3 to start fucking with him. Like just because I don't like an artist don't mean I'm not going to still continue to listen to you okay, finally I heard something I like, and now all your old shit sound different now. Like Royce da 5'9", never was a fan of him, but I still was listening to his music all these years. Once he dropped the Book of Ryan, something clicked.
It's
Like
so crazy. Like I don't listen to no Royce. I listen to at all.
listen to the Book of Ryan.
Like,
That album might do it for you, bro.
and like I say, like Royce been And now, like, once he started doing more stuff locally, like, but what I do love about Royce, that he's always helping local artists. He's really, really entrenched with the local scene now. But yeah, that's what it is. But Royce, he out cold, like lyrically out cold. But
Yeah. But I mean, I got a battle.
Oh yeah, also in that same breath, Obi too.
Obi
Obi
Trice.
Trice.
I love
Yeah,
Obi Trice.
Trice.
I love
Yeah,
Obi.
shout out to Obi, man, straight from school.
Love the album Cheers. I bought that album.
Yeah.
It was green. I remember.
Had a platinum album.
I downloaded it. Gotta hear that from me.
No, yeah, that was a classic album.
Actually, Second Rounds on Me, I like.
Yeah, he asked me on that too.
Yeah, Second Rounds on Me.
It's a lot of different styles. Like I say, man, we was talking about earlier. Like Detroit got a sound, but it's also so many different sounds within that. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, bro, you got Slum Village, you got Jay Dilla sound, you got Roy
Soul
sound.
Forces.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got Roy sound, you got
Some people might be
D12,
into Danny Brown.
D12, you know, Danny Brown.
Danny
you
Brown.
got, you know what I'm saying?
Hot Soup,
Bodie
y'all. Get
James.
that Danny Brown.
So
Yeah, what you say about Bodie
yeah,
James?
Bodie James. It's so crazy because Bodie James got our style, but he's still different too.
Where's he from? He's
He's from
from.
6 Mile. Bodie-
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I knew he was from
Detroit.
here. For some reason, I feel like he's a surrounding city.
Yeah,
He's not Detroit.
Yo,
Detroit.
he Detroit to the core, to the bone.
I apologize.
Even
Bodie.
with those few examples, you got so many examples of different styles the city has to offer. People just gotta sit down and
Yeah,
listen.
listen to him.
They gotta sit down and listen.
For real, for real. I just don't like how we just don't give Big Sean his credit, the credit that he deserves.
The thing about Big Sean I like the most, a lot of people, I think because when he went mainstream, that's what turned off a lot of people from him.
Yeah. But what I love about Big Sean when Eminem was in his down years, the early teens, like Big Sean was holding it down. And Big Sean got songs with some of the biggest rappers in the world, and he held his own with songs on the track with Kanye and Jay-Z. I'm talking about Big Sean got platinum albums, platinum singles. I'm talking about the first to come on 106 in Park, Throw the Buff song. He came back to the city and did songs with everybody who was popping. Like with everybody who was popping. Went and did the song to Back Up Off Me with Dej Loaf. I'm talking about they introduced the world to the jitting, to our dance moves in Detroit.
And he
like,
even let the verse slide with Kendrick.
Yeah.
Because most people that took it off.
Like real
Like
talk.
Control verse I'm
Like,
talking about.
Dude, I just hate how we don't give this guy his props that he deserved, bro. Bro is a real Detroit guy. He's Detroit to the bone gristle, and he came and worked with everybody from Detroit, man. Give Big Sean his props, man. He one of the best to ever do it.
Halfway off the balcony, Big Sean. That's my favorite song you ever did.
One of my favorite songs you ever did is called Celebrity.
Yeah, that was on his first one. That was that with Dwelle on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Come on, bro.
That song by itself got a smooth, ride around Belle Isle type beat.
Yeah.
On the summer.
And his subject matter was Detroit, but his content was for the world.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, give Big Sean his props, man.
Salute to you.
Also,
you said
100
LA.
Keys.
Yes.
100 Keys.
Yes.
With him, it was him,
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross, and Pusha T.
And he holding
I'm
it
a
down.
real Big Sean fan, man. I'm
Yeah,
talking about platinum albums, platinum singles. That his credentials is crazy. This when Eminem was going through the stuff what he was going through at the time. He was keeping Detroit alive. And then, like I say, when the Doughboys was popping, he came back and did songs with them. He did songs with Babyface. He did songs with Vezzo. Like everybody who was popping, he have worked with, bro.
Shit, when he was on Chardonnay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's boy.
Man, I do it. To me, that was one of his coldest songs. I'm talking
And-
about as far as lyrically wise. So yeah, that's what it is.
He's in your top 15 just here, Detroit?
Man, I'm talking about Big Sean would be in my top. Like if I say with independent and major artists, he definitely in my top 5
Oh, top 5.
of all time.
Bumped him up.
Yeah, I definitely bump him up because he got the credentials, he got the flow, he got the credentials, and he got the sales, and he got the impact. He was the first person, bro, to give E40 an award, man. E40 been rapping since the 80s, man. I'm talking about E40 got his first award off I Ain't Fucking With You.
So how do you feel about artists like him who gotta get signed outside this? Gotta go somewhere else to get signed, and
At the time, it wasn't no major labels in the city.
that's true.
Like even Shady was in New York, so there was no major labels. Like that's the part I don't be understanding. Like all these, like say if it's a major label inside of the city, all these people still got family members that still live here. Why these people don't be to the streets, and y'all picking up these artists that's from the city?
Do Big Sean got his own label? Because I know Kanye
Yeah,
had good music.
He do. He got his own label now.
Okay.
He got his own label.
Yeah,
and
man.
like I say, he have worked with. I'm talking about with everybody.
Yeah, we gotta get.
We gotta get we gotta get somebody to put a major here, bro.
We need a major label here,
Yeah.
so where people can just walk up, audition.
Bro, you would never see somebody outside of LA with and it's a major LA label there, and that person leaving that state to go to sign somewhere else.
We can start another Hitsville.
Yeah, definitely.
The rebirth of Hitsville.
I thought they tried to bring Motown back a while ago. I could be wrong.
Motown never left. It's just in LA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it ain't Motown no more.
Barry Gordy moved it.
Yeah, and then they bought Motown from him. They been did that.
Mm-hmm.
And like when Bezos was on Motown, he was the only person that was from Detroit on Motown.
What do you think a good name for a label would be?
I don't know. I don't even know. But we gotta start like I want the Master P effect, the No Limit effect, where you signing up everybody in the city, signing all the talent.
It could definitely happen. It just got to be, that camaraderie.
Yeah. Like Master P, when he came back from No Limit started, of course, in the Bay. But when he came back to New Orleans, he signed everybody that went under Cash Money. He went and signed everybody. Everybody that was in the Big Boy Entertainment, all them other record labels, he was signing them all.
I want to say he was giving them all free studio time too. Just go there, make music. I'm not even charging y'all. We trying to get this out.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about that's the only part I didn't ever understand. Like when Big and Shady was, like that's a big record label.
He helped in the way he could. Though.
Yeah, he did. He did what he did. 'Cause like I say, he came back and did and pushed platinum. He made all them guys. He brought platinum albums to them guys. And he came and did songs with Big Herc. He did songs with people. He gave Obi a platinum album. That was from Detroit. I'm talking about he did his thing. He did his thing. But I wanted him, like at the time, like he should have came back and swooped up Street Lords. He should have came and swooped up Rock Bottom. Gave them all deals, but still had their own deal within that.
I agree.
Because at the time he was the biggest artist in the world. That's one thing I love about Nelly. Like, even though Nelly didn't sign him, I'm talking about when that light was on St. Louis, it was 1,000 rappers ended up getting signed behind him.
Murphy Lee and all them dudes.
Ali.
Outside of St. Lunatics, you had Chingy came out. You had Jaquan came out. Then you had Jibbs come out. All that because was the light that Nelly put on St. Louis.
Well, he tried to sign Chingy, but I think he pushed him to the back, and Chingy was like, "Bruh, I'm ready now, nigga."
Yeah, and that's how Ludacris got him.
Yeah.
Came by with right there.
Yeah.
So the way you do that right there.
So that's one thing I like when an artist take off from a new city, they want to come and sign everybody from that city because they be like they want to take from the city.
I got one more time. We have 2 hours. Goddamn. But no, I just got one more off-putting time. Separate from music.
All right.
It's been a while since you've been here.
Yeah.
And the one thing that came that was talked about was that statue that was in New York. Have you seen it?
Yeah, with the
With the
big ladies and everything.
What's your thoughts on that?
It was artist subjective. They artist subjective, and they wanted that to be a conversational piece.
Okay.
That was the reason. That was the whole reason for it. They wanted just a conversational piece, people to talk.
So do you think it caused some division by doing that?
That's the whole purpose of it. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna put this picture right here. I'm gonna let y'all speak and say however y'all feel.
Because that sparked a huge debate out there, and it caused more division than it did togetherness. You know what I mean?
That's what he wanted to do. That's the whole purpose. If I can get you to talk about it, I
Mission complete.
complete.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, go ahead.
I didn't like her stance. Like he said, artist subjective here. We are talking about it. She stood like she had an attitude and she was ready to argue or some shit.
But that was the reason why he picked that.
Yeah.
If I can get him talking. So now I'm gonna let you create the narrative. It could be 1,000 different narratives. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just let the narrative.
And she's solid black, so ain't no refuting what
Yeah.
race. I wish she was just more curvy to like represent our women for real though, but it is what it is.
I said it before in a previous podcast. When I saw that look on her face, that reminds me of bad customer service. That's just because anytime we went to like any type of establishment, with what appears to be a woman with that type of look on her face, we were like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah, she already had a bad day. And, Well, he was genius for doing that.
Now at the beginning of the podcast, did you listed all 5 of your local rappers? Cause no, you asked me about mine. You never listed yours.
I never listed mine. So we want to go. Do you want me putting in independent and major?
Damn, that's a good question. As long as they from the city. That's
Okay.
well. Hey, if you want to, it's
It's,
up
it's
to you.
hard for me, bro, because I got so many rappers. You know, so much local music.
No, okay, no order. Okay, yeah, because I don't want you to get no backlash from nobody. Just no order, and just five. Okay, five random artists.
Just flow, man. Just
It's, bro, it's,
yeah.
Man, I grew up listening to so much music, bro. I'm just gonna say it. Okay, of course we're gonna start with Icewood. We're gonna start with Blade. Then we're gonna go. I'm not saying no exact order, ain't no number, no nothing.
we not. Yeah.
Then we're gonna go. We gotta go with Peasy for his longevity. We gotta go with Bezo for his longevity. We gotta go with Babyface Ray for his longevity. We gotta go with Payroll. We gotta go with Mac Nichols. We gotta go with Big Sean. We gotta go with Big Hurt.
Mike.
No,
Mike.
no disrespect to Mike.
He top 25 though. Is he?
Yeah, I won't give him top 25.
Okay.
I give him top 25. That's how many people is that right there? I named.
I felt like 6. I wasn't counting. I was listening to that, but I wasn't counting.
Okay,
If that makes sense.
I gotta you gotta go with GT. And this is just off the head. I'm not. Man. I gotta say this, bro. I gotta put this guy name in here because he's on some of the biggest songs ever in Detroit history, and he's been on some of the biggest albums ever come out of Detroit. At one time, he was one of the biggest independent acts in Michigan. I gotta go with HBK, Kid from Doughboys. Classic. He had classic verses, Good Ass Day. I'm talking about Ghetto Gold. Let me see. There's so many of them. Of course, Dex Osama.
Rest in peace.
Shoot, bro. My
Rest in peace
brain,
to him, man.
it's so hard because I'm just on the spot thinking about this. We gotta come on. We gotta go with Tone Tone. Gotta go with Stretch Money. We gotta go. It's too many, bro.
It's too
Shout out
many,
boy Malik. I'm talking about Malik is in my top 5 of all time in Detroit history. It's of course Keith, Biggs, Bang Gang Biggs, All-Star JR. All-Star JR had a crazy year. Of course T Grizzly, of course Scooch. Like it's too many of them, bro. I go all day. It's too many of them.
My last question to you: what's your thoughts on Trick Trick?
I don't look at them as musically.
No, that's why I said your thoughts here.
Far as just what he does for the city, I look at him on that level. Like he's an ambassador to Detroit, but you know what I'm saying when you say songs musically,
I wasn't going just.
Yeah, just far
Total.
I just you know what I'm saying. Like he is Detroit. Like I say, like Trick music is not my generation. You know what I'm saying. His music is the generation before. You know what I'm saying. Because I remember the first song I ever heard was "Everywhere We Go, We Deep."
Now, back when he was doing the no fly zone thing, what did you think about that?
Like that was you know what I'm saying.
I know what it was. Okay.
Yeah. No,
But still, even though him being an ambassador by itself,
yeah.
put us a lot of
He gave us a lot of light for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. But to each his own.
Also, too, I like the fact that you mentioned when Trump met with a lot of our rappers. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like that too because a lot of people got heat for that, but at the same time they didn't understand.
They didn't understand. Like, bro, I'm talking about the best ties in the world is political ties.
That's what I'm saying. That's how change is done.
Yeah, like how Kanye West got Trump number where he can sit there and call him. He was able to pull strings and get Larry Hoover case looked at.
I think a lot of our people don't understand power and how to position themselves in order to use power.
Yeah, they looking at they immediately got mad, not realizing like he could be doing something. He may have the plug where he can help your community.
That's what I'm saying.
Like we got to look at things on a bigger level, bro. We got to quit sitting there assuming things.
I agree definitely. We
got any more questions?
No,
Anything you
no
want to add to it?
Man, no, just as far as everything, man, it's always a pleasure, man. As far as everything, got some last few weeks, man, they've been shooting documentaries on me, man. So I got some documentaries gonna be coming out soon. So man, man, you're gonna love it, man. So That's what it is.
Congratulations on the documentary, by the way.
Man, come on,
Is there
man.
is there a name to it? Is there a title?
No, everything is still everything right now is getting edited. So that was I was shooting last week and the week before that.
Do you know who?
The guy, he's a producer. He done shot stuff at everybody, bro. And he reached out to me. I had did a clothing shoot. He was filming, and he reached out to me, and he was like, man, he does stuff for Michigan Injustice funds, everything. Like, so he shoots everywhere. He was like, man, he was doing something on guys who've been incarcerated. He loved my story. Reached out to me, and we just started, you know what I'm saying? He was like, man, I got an interesting story. And he was just like, man, we just started filming. So it's going to be real, real big.
Be on the lookout for that. It's coming soon. You don't know. Well, like you said, it's still being cooked up right now.
It's still being cooked up. Because he had he interviewed about 15 different other people. So, you know what I'm saying? But when y'all already know when mine's come out, it's going to be crazy.
Hey, tell them to push you in the front of the line. Be ready for it.
Come on, man. You already know.
Hey, by the way, while you're here, do you got anything else you want to promote? You got another book coming out soon?
Man, right now I'm just focusing right now, just getting everything else done. And just right now, bro, with this my passion.
If anybody want to get in touch with you, how would they go about doing that?
Man, reach out to me. Tap into me, man. You already know. You know how to get in contact with me. Yeah, easy to get in contact with.
Now, I do got one more question, though.
Yes.
Because you kept speaking on 506 Unc or whatever his name is?
Yeah, 607.
607.
607 Unc. I do apologize. And Charleston White, would you ever create a character?
No.
Okay.
That's not my personality.
It's not your
You gotta have a certain personality to do that.
Okay.
But they mastered it, bro. I'm talking about to get their message through.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna crack a couple of jokes, say a few little things, but we gonna have they gonna have nothing but heat coming out their mouth when they talk.
Now, do you think their characters are truly totally different from their real persona, or
Yes.
still pretty
Yes.
close? Okay.
All the way. All
That's
the
all I
way.
want to
It's just like wrestling.
Oh man, I don't know. I guess you
It's
could
like,
conflate
man,
it.
Hulk Hogan ain't leg dropping people in person.
I thought you was talking about the character of Hulk Hogan versus.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a character.
They're
playing characters. Like, these rappers would see them rappers in the 80s and in the late 70s, they understood that was a character. When things started getting murky in the 90s and they started being the character and started doing the stuff that the rapper was talking about, that's what's so messed up now. Now, rap didn't start out where you had to live what you did. Rap started out being entertainment.
So the drill rap is just the worst thing for.
No, I'm never gonna knock it because you know what I'm saying. We had drill rap in our generation. It was just called something different.
Yeah. Okay.
It was we always had.
Well, you always had
music.
people talking real life shit.
Yeah, we always had people talking about the stuff they rap about.
Yeah.
It just now, as we older, we don't like it. There's always been girls rapping like Sexy Red prior to Sexy Red.
I agree.
But now all of a sudden we done got old and everything she doing is wrong.
Nah, yeah. Don't forget who y'all was when y'all was younger.
Yeah.
Parents and other people.
Come on, bro. We had songs, Shake What Your Mama Gave You, Pop That Coochie. And,
I'm
I'm gonna be a freak until the day.
Come on.
Until
Like, now all of a sudden once we get in our late 30s and 40s, we never heard these songs.
I think the difference is back then we didn't have a phone to promote it as much as we do now. That's the only difference.
That's it, bro. We grew up listening to the same type of stuff, gangster music, everything.
So we got anything else we
Definitely
want to
been
talk
a
about?
good episode, man.
Anything else? Any more
Always
questions?
welcome
Good.
here. Drop by whenever.
Always, this was a
gonna
surprise, man.
Most definitely, man. Hey, we want to thank you again for everything you do. But this guy does a lot of work with us behind the scenes too. We can't leave him out of the loop for that. Kenneth Holyfield, right here. Give it up for him.
Thank you.
Come on now. You already know this is not his last time. This is the fourth time out of many.
Fourth.
Yeah, this is the fourth time out of many. We're gonna have you back. Hey, just like us, we're gonna elevate. We all gonna elevate together.
If I known I had to rap, I would have had a real hot 16 prepared. Next time I got you though.
Okay.
It's all good. But hey, until next time, I'm your boy Adrian, aka D.
I'm Stubbs.
And this is Kenneth Holyfield. Let's give it up for him one more time before we get up out of here. And we out of here. Peace.